What's up and what's going on, fellow Pantheon streamers? We have another Thursday stream for you today where we're going to get into a few different topics. We'll talk about John Cena. We're going to talk about Children of the Blood and Bones beginning filming, and we are going to talk about the Black Panther stuff that is going on that I discussed with you guys earlier today. Get these guys' thoughts and probably do some call-ins, and we are also going to discuss the animated Tiana show being canceled, but no surprise there. Skin color didn't fit. So we'll talk about all those things and get into all that this evening. But before we do, we always like to see how everybody's doing since the last time we spoke. Chill, how are you since we talked to you Thursday?
Lovely. I'm well fed. I'm hydrated. I'm ready to go.
Fantastic. Marcus, how are you? How have you been?
Doing well. Had a good week out on the beaten path this week, so I'm ready to talk some movies, some entertainment.
Very dope. Very dope. All right. Well, without further ado, we appreciate every single one of you being here. If you're here, go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscription button. If you have not hit that, if you like what you see here and you're new, go ahead and subscribe as well. Tell a friend. But without further ado, we'll get into everything. Let's jump into the first topic. Which one do you guys want to jump into first?
Let's do the reoccurring segment where we try to get Darius into wrestling. he muted his mic. He's like, they got this one.
That's crazy.
It was a big deal, though. I feel like I've seen it talked about by outlets who usually don't talk about wrestling, where John Cena, who's been a good guy for 20 years, even more than that, and now he just turned to the dark side. Pretty good acting performance by he and by The Rock. With the everything about that was cool. Like, that was very Martin Scorsese. You see, it's rubbing off on him.
They put Cody Rhodes' father's death date on the belt that he got a whooping with.
Isn't that something?
They went above and beyond.
And what the good thing about that is, Dusty Rhodes is a wrestler. He understands getting heat, so it's not one of those, this is so disrespectful. It's like, a wrestler gets it. So,
it's certainly walking the line. It's certainly because you had to look very close for those details. So it's certainly walking the line. But yeah, you're right.
If Stan Lee was in a cameo and they digitally recreated it, I don't go, oh my God, this is disrespectful. I go, yeah, Stan got it. Stan liked it.
No, but if they like had a party and it happened to land on the day that Stan Lee died, I think that would be a bit, on the nose for some people. So yeah, I mean, anyways, wrestlers understand it's all in the business. I think it was a bit of a shock. I also think it was in response to how the Cena retirement tour was going. Like I caught wind of it at the Royal Rumble, and it didn't improve, like, at least for my performance, my stance, it didn't really improve me seeing him at the Rumble. I think, speaking as a guy who just recently got back into wrestling, I think that his loss of visual aesthetic, which we could all surmise what that's come from,
he still looks
is part of it. He looks good. He just looks like a normal human now, and that's not what we knew John Cena to be for all those years. So it's just different. And then the hair, all of it, it's just throwing it off for me, right? It's not the complete package that was before. But if that wasn't necessarily inciting the crowds the way that they liked it, Cena as a heel would absolutely get you there for sure. Because even I can read the room as an absolute casual on what that means for the WWE and for Cena's legacy, right? So, yeah, I'm down. I'm kind of confused by other storylines going on in the WWE right now. Jey Uso still can't shoot a promo. But John Cena heel.
So the thing with Randy Orton is every time they've ever wrestled, Randy Orton was the heel, or at least they were both faces at the same time. That's going to be an interesting dynamic. It's a whole new match, honestly, and it's a good business decision. Think about how his performance, and other people are going to check it out. This clip is going to go viral, so some directors, some Hollywood execs, it's going to reach their faces, and they're going to say, "Oh, interesting." The whole crowd is into it. Like, it is just theater, and they'll probably do something with that, or they'll try to give him opportunities because of that, and they'll also give him opportunities because he's newsworthy. He's a star. There's a reason why certain actors, which we learned recently, Ethan Hawke's. Who was it? No, somebody was saying, like, they hire us based off our Instagram followers, and a lot of the producers think about our pull, and they've got a whole system of what we do. Well, here's a big actor named John Cena, who is seen in front of how many million people are watching on Netflix? There's so many people watching wrestling that if you bring him on your movie set, and he's the hottest wrestler in town, you bring him on your movie set, and you're instantly going to get buys and instantly going to get ticket interest. So it's a good decision for that reason. Is he stale? Was the whole I'm a good guy, hey, everybody, here's my last time around? Is that we got tired? He's been doing that basically on and off for the last 3 years.
That shit's hella stale.
Okay, then.
Put the fries in the bag. I was ready to see that shit go. When he was like last time, I was like, oh, Rumble? That's it? Cool. Unfortunately not. He was just saying that was his last Rumble.
He's going to have new theme music, right? It's not going to be My Time Is Now. It's going to be something else.
As long as he doesn't go back to like karate punching and shit, I'm down.
I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah, let's never do that again.
You know, he learned the Mandarin language because they offered that like a second language course, and he learned Mandarin.
That must have been very hard. I heard Mandarin.
Yeah, he was really trying to appeal to China. John Cena been acting? What? Oh yeah, he's one of the Fast and Furious brothers now. He's with Jacob. He's on the family. Yeah, they're related.
Yes, I know.
That Nordic genetics from Dominic Toretto family. Yep.
Jesus Christ.
9 movies deep, they decided to tell us there's a brother here.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't happen if my boy doesn't die, if Paul Walker was still alive.
I don't know, man. I
they
think,
got white covered with him.
Well, no, I don't even think that would have stopped them. I think these movies still would have tailed off. And so Vin, being who Vin Diesel is, would have still tried to find any celebrity straggling around who wanted to be in a Fast and Furious movie. And we probably would have still landed on John Cena. It was still going to happen.
Do you got any other like elimination? What are you doing?
It's a thing from Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
You gotta
Why are you doing
with
it?
Yeah, you can't just do it.
Hey, I had some Mary in there. I like to rough it up a little bit.
So yeah.
Sorry.
Elimination Chamber.
John Cena.
John Cena. Did you hear anything about the Canadian national anthem? You guys want insight on that? America sucks. Before the tariff stuff, America was always been a slur in a Canadian household. So don't be surprised that they booed. I didn't do it. They booed your national anthem.
Yeah, that was specifically for the terrorists, bro. You're not going to convince me that. Well, you know what? I will take some of that back because I was getting ready to say something stupid. I was about to say because the rest of the world hates America. Yeah, a lot of the world does hate America.
Yep.
Our allied trade partners, the ones that are connected to us on this continent, love us. They need us. Let's not.
You said need us, and then you said love us. Need us.
They love us because they need us.
Need us.
Now, Trudeau can posture all he wants, but all it's going to take is for a phone call for all of that shit to subside. And that's not even me saying it from a position of want.
You sure? Brother.
Darius.
Brother.
Darius.
They hold a lot of power.
Who does? Trudeau?
Canada does.
In what regard? In what regard? What do they hold a lot of power over? The
energy?
Power. Okay.
Yeah, the energy. They can cut the lights out.
And so what goods do we get from Canada? What goods do we ship to Canada? I'm sorry, because that was going to be the whammy on the next half. What goods does Canada ship to us?
Crown Royale.
Mm-hmm. And what goods do we ship to Canada?
Everything else.
And so if we get into this game of, we're going to take away, we're going to take away, who do you think wins out sooner?
They export crude petroleum, cars petroleum, gas, refined petroleum, and motor vehicle parts and accessories.
Well, the motor vehicles go both ways. The parts go back and forth each time, and put a tariff on that is crazy.
Consumer goods as well.
Quiet as it's kept, we export more consumer goods to them than we import from them. But quiet as it's kept, the largest natural gas and oil reserves in the world is on what continent? What continent is it on? You should know, Darius, because you right there in the country of it. Where's it at, Darius?
You said, wait, you said the largest what now?
The largest oil reserves. Where they at?
Arabia?
Nope.
Here?
Yes. United States. If we ever nationalize it as a natural resource, or excuse me, a national product, a national trade product, we'd have all of the oil that we needed to produce all the natural gas that we need. Okay? We choose to have these weird bedfellows in the Middle East and everywhere else. Really, it's because we allow the people in Texas and Oklahoma and everywhere that own that shit to own it privately and not nationalize it. Now, we could just take it over and be like, you sell through the government now, and now we would never have to import oil from other countries because we have the largest reserves right here on this continent. So revise your statement, Killmonger. Y'all don't hate us. Y'all just upset with us right now. And I get it. The guy making noise right now is annoying, and I don't like him either.
You know what he's offering is like
annoying is such a kind word.
The thought of military protection, because you're protected, you guys are Canada, you're up there, and you don't pay for it. Okay, fine. What are you gonna do about it? Not protect us anymore?
He's an egomaniacal, narcissistic piece of shit that honestly, I don't know who's gonna do it. I agree with TikTok. Somebody's got to do it.
Hey,
I don't know who.
All right.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Talking about John Cena, everyone.
I'm sorry. Was that? I don't know. Hey.
Allegedly. Just kidding.
Hey, man. Okay. My bad. They might be listening.
No, they're listening.
I said somebody shouldn't do it.
No one should do it.
Yeah, nobody should do it. Nobody should do it.
You see that meme that I posted?
Raymond, I could give a good goddamn.
I literally said I don't know why we have those strange bedfellows, but it is a fact we have the largest oil reserves here on this continent. It's a fact. I mean,
you see the meme that I posted with T'Challa and Marvel? I'm very proud of that one.
You should be proud of that one.
Let's do a Damson Idris related topic. The Children of Blood and Bone is in production right now. The set has been set. They're filming, and I'm going to go back to Tomi Adeyemi's Instagram page. Let me share that page for you and show you exactly what's going on. And I want to get the Pantheon's take. Live chat, we're asking you too. So that would be here. It says, when it's time to go to set for another day of turning your #1 New York Times and Hugo Award-winning novel into a movie the biggest stars in the world, and you're losing every single moment. You're loving every single moment, and it's going to IMAX. Yeah. Let me mute that. She's super happy. She's part of it. It's on set. She's working out. Here it is. Welcome to the set.
Perfect.
I'm gonna mute it again just in case. She's got her own trailer. Children of Blood and Bone is the name of this movie. There's no working title or anything. I guess she's got a role.
Is she in the movie?
They airbrush her tattoo. Why else wouldn't they? That's means she's in the movie. Doing what? Maybe she's an extra. They're not going to airbrush no extra. They'll just give the extra longer clothes.
I don't know. I mean, Joe Russo got in a costume for Winter Soldier or Civil War, one of those.
Yeah.
And he was basically dead for 90% of the time he was in the movie. So, maybe she's just in the background somewhere. I really don't like people to self-insert themselves into the projects. That's a pet peeve of mine. So I hope that she's not very.
No, she won't be. Forcing. We saw the cast, and the main cast are already actors, right?
Well, no, not an actual, but she creates a role for herself type shit. I hope not. I hope she's just in the background, she's picking up stuff, or they say, "Oh my God, my king," and gets in attention. She's a warrior or something.
But
Be fun. Make it fun.
There's a give and take with that. If she so I'm against it. I'm with you, right? It's crazy. It'll be nuts. But if she is a character who in each movie has 3 minutes of screen time in each movie, at least she becomes a face and she becomes associated to it. At least she can start doing more marketing, because these actors don't really care about promoting the movie more than you yourself who created the novel. So if you could become like 10th on the casting, I'm not mad at that. I think that's a good little mix of self-insertion and the benefits of it, of being able to promote yourself and get your face out there. I think it works for me. 10th on the casting.
Every time I've seen it, I hated it.
Stan Lee, we like Stan Lee, but he's not 10th. He's like 20th.
And most of the time we see Stan Lee, he's not literally inserting himself into the story. It's Marvel walking out his corpse for nostalgia. I don't think it was his wish to, hey, run me into the ground. I mean, every single Marvel project, I want to be doing something quirky. I don't think that they're not even paying his family off of that. So I don't think that that's necessarily the aim there. But I mean, you're right. I mean, nobody's going to market it like her. She's already doing a hell of a job marketing it herself, and she's doing it on social media. So like, I wouldn't put it past her being able to, boost that up even more if she had a higher profile in the film. I'm not a big fan of writers or directors putting themselves in the project.
What does Johnny mean? Hopefully she doesn't James Gunn it with the self-insert.
Overdo it. Like, make it known that this is only here because you like it. Like, that's a weird thing to do when you're selling product.
Like that commercial you showed us.
Oh, you're talking about the basketball specific commercial, which you guys all complained, oh, they didn't play a part in the trailer. Like, there's not 5 more months where people will have a chance to watch the trailer. You talking about that one?
The only people that liked that spot was Chillmonger and James Gunn. It's posted on like the DCU updates page, and it has 2 likes: James Gunn and Chillmonger. Woo, that was a good one.
So there was some NBA on TNT news that like lit the world on fire, where Charles Barkley said, "It's not about the Lakers. The Cavaliers and the Thunder are the biggest teams, and you guys are stupid over on that network, and we're gonna be stupid on that network too next year." Like, there's gonna be some fireworks with Stephen A. and Chuck. No?
I think they're trying to do whatever they can to save ESPN. Kai Cenat was on First Take this week.
Jesus.
He's on Fallon.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was on Fallon. That was dope. But the First Take one let me know if they're gearing into
streamer
celebrity mode already. Yeah, like it's too early in the year to be begging for celebrities to be coming on. It's just ESPN isn't doing really well. I don't imagine.
My analysis on that is different. Not just the ESPN, but the Fallon thing also. I think that what Kai is able to do, streamers, us, we operate on a whole nother level of celebrity hierarchy. And to join that world of the traditional media and what is considered traditional, like he was the first guy to sit on the couch with Fallon, not the second. So there's a hierarchy also there with traditional. I hate that he mixed it. I want the streamer audience and everyone on the internet age to be different. There's halfway points, like the Club Shay Shay thing. I feel like you can get industry people and then you can get viral fun people. I don't like that he mixed it. I don't like that we can like us where exactly is on that celebrity hierarchy.
I'm sure it's not that he needed it. I'm sure he didn't need the money. Actually, I know he likely didn't need the money, but it was probably a check. Hey Kai, come on here, and then to have the chance to go on ESPN as well and debate and argue with Stephen A. Hello, please. I would. Please.
Wait, would you debate LeBron and Jordan, or would you take that chance to debate anything else? I hate that. It's sickening now. LeBron.
Nah, anything else. Anything else. Anything else. Yeah, anything else. I don't. The LeBron. I'm still of. I'm not to go into it, but I'm sorry, Jordan. That's me. That's me.
Fine.
Different era. I'm not even going to get into it. So yeah. Anyway, but. Different. I would love an opportunity. So to have the opportunity to have, just to get on ESPN, I'm sure he's been watching ESPN like we all have, and then watching ESPN and watching Stephen A, I'm sure like us, yelling at his TV when Stephen A says some dumbass shit. So to get the chance to go up there and debate him, oh yeah.
They debate. Oh, I did see that. He was telling him he was a LeBron hater, which is quintessential. Like, what's the generation under us? What's the generation under millennials?
Are they Z?
Gen Z. Yeah, it's quintessential Gen Z. Anybody who criticizes LeBron for anything is a hater. Even though Stephen A. Smith is so ironic, because in the same week that Stephen A. Smith is like pivoting away from his LeBron hate because the Lakers are playing well now and LeBron has woken up. Dog, it was just 3 months ago that y'all were talking about he's done. He need help. What are the Lakers doing to help LeBron? Yada yada yada. Now we're having discussions on him being the best player in the league again. I can't get back on the hamster wheel. I'm not gonna do it with y'all. Y'all enjoy it. I'll be here when something else happens. I can't do it no more. What's that?
And also call me when he saves the Looney Tunes from an alien race.
How Jordan look at 40?
In a good movie.
Yeah.
How did LeBron look at age 38, or let's say year 18 in the NBA when Jordan had his 38,000 points that he ended with? Where was LeBron at in that equal time, in that equal amount of games played? How much did he score? Anybody looking that up? Oh, he got 50,000 points. Well, he's played 22 seasons. Played for a long time.
You just
reminded
reminded me.
shots. Go.
Who's your favorite player? Is it not LeBron?
Probably Vince Carter.
Oh, you don't mind?
Oh, okay. I'm currently playing.
Oh, the bean. Oh, Kyrie.
Okay. I don't know why I thought it was. I thought it was LeBron.
Yeah, Kyrie.
My condolences.
Yeah, which obviously isn't great right now, but
no,
it was good to see him, go up there to the line and knock him down, man. That's Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a long.
We're doing good. We're doing better with Jimmy than I thought we were.
Oh, I replay that short that we had on Pantheon Clips. By the way, make sure you follow Pantheon Clips. I replay that quite often because I remember you saying, I don't even like Jimmy Butler. I don't like getting Jimmy Butler.
Hey. I did say that. But it's working. It's working. And it looks beautiful.
And LeBron without a center. I don't know how. I don't know why. I'm expecting the bottom to fall out at some point. But if we get into the playoffs and we end up making a run, fuck it.
What's up, Joel?
What up?
I always say playoff season is a different season. You can kick it into a completely different mentality when you get to the playoffs. So once they get there, if they kick it into this gear and go on this run,
I mean, they're already second in the West. Like, this is the best that it's been all year. I can only expect it to come back down from there.
Jordan's great. I'm not saying he's a bum, but people talk about Bron like he ain't in the conversation.
Did say that.
LeBron is definitely in the conversation. He's just no Jordan.
You never seen a player win Defensive Player of the Year and score 37.
That's Jordan, right? Yeah, that's Jordan. And he was a steal champ that year, and he won the dunk contest.
Can I bring it back to John Cena? Because there's something he said about comparing.
Do it, and then it's kind of exciting. Yeah. I used to think I was not enough. I did not value self. So on the back of this watch, it simply says comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
So I take this, and every time I feel uncomfortable or of low self-worth, I just give it a little reminder, and it reminds me that I am enough and I'm worthy of love.
Now, I think LeBron James needs to do the same, and everyone else needs to get one of those watches and go, comparison is the thief of joy. There is a 40-year-old man who's offering great performances, whose talent, regardless of his age, regardless of what has come before, there's an entertaining basketball player, intelligent guy who knows how to do things. He's fun. It's fun to see his marketing. His commercials are fun.
I'm sorry.
Enjoy
it's
it.
A sports. This is sports. I'm always going to compare. And
then also, it's not just that it's sports. John Cena's 40 and about to retire. He's already climbed his mountains. He's already hit the pinnacle of his respective sport, right? He's done all there is to do in his profession. He is a legend and a Hall of Famer. He doesn't have to go chase anything else. So yeah, it's easy for you to say now, oh, you've done enough. Don't compare. It's the thief of joy. When there's nothing else to add to the mountain, yeah, you better get comfortable with what you've done. But for people who are still trying to ascend, they ain't trying to hear that.
And side question, when did Jeff Goldblum get a show?
That was Kimmel. That was when Kimmel takes his summer break off and they get
Oh.
host.
Oh, I was going to say, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's on the Jimmy Kimmel channel.
Oh, that was Jeff Goldblum doing Kimmel's show. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Key players in Texas. The story.
Hold on, let me find a scene where there. Yeah. Next. Black Panther time? No. There was one more thing to talk about. Princess
There was
Tiana.
the Tiana. Yeah, the Tiana series. Because
we can't have
shit.
Can't have nothing.
She's black.
Tiana, Disney Plus series shelved as Walt Disney Animation abandons long-form streaming content. Okay.
Sorry, Ari Lennox. Sorry, Coco Jones. Sorry, anybody really who wanted to play this role.
Don't they have the baseball Pixar thing going on? Well, that's Pixar, not Disney Animation. Never mind. Walt Disney has officially pulled the plug on its Tiana Princess series as it abandons making original long-form content for streaming. A spokesperson confirmed there will be some layoffs in its Vancouver studio. That's that Trump. See, he's coming at us. As a result of this shift in business strategy. In addition to the Tiana series, the studio is also scrapping an unannounced feature-length project that was set to go straight to Disney Plus. Tiana was first announced in 2020 when Black Lives Mattered. They don't anymore. And was envisioned as a musical featuring Anika Noni Rose reprising her role.
So they were going to get the original voice actor back.
Sources close to the streaming series say that despite best efforts, including several changes to the creative team, Tiana ultimately could not get to where it needed to be given production costs. What does that mean? Do you believe that for a second?
No.
That means I thought I told you to stay in the back.
Yeah. Thank you. It's good to know.
Oh, they better talk about Splash Mountain. Read that next part.
Still, Princess and the Frog remains a key property for the company as Tiana is one of Disney's canon princesses. Last year, the Splash Mountain attraction was revamped at both of Disney's U.S. parks and transformed into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. They race swapped a theme park ride.
Dog. Yeah. So first of all, they put a Tiana template on Splash Mountain. Like, don't make it seem like they gave her a ride, like they built out a ride for Tiana
with the state-of-the-art technology.
Splash Mountain Tiana, which was extremely cheap for them, and made a dying ride more profitable. On top of that, we can't even get the animated project. Dog, do you know that they're going to do a Tangled series, or they're already doing a Tangled series?
They're doing a Tangled series, doing a Tangled live action. Fan casting Timothy Chalamet and Yelena.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that's why I said we don't get shit.
We don't get a damn thing.
It's a Disney thing. It's under. I was saying that's Marvel.
Which begs the question, and I hate to put you gentlemen on the spot.
What?
Why do we keep going to these individuals for content?
I stopped going to them. I unsubscribed from Disney Plus, but I'll go for something worth supporting, which I haven't seen from Disney since a long time.
I think for me, it's the same reason I still support the MCU, even though I am so very furious with the stuff going on with T'Challa. It's because there are other things under that umbrella that I am interested in. And there are other things under the Disney, the Disney Plus app that I am interested in outside of Marvel, Star Wars.
I want to challenge you both.
Okay.
I'm going to challenge you both to find. I don't want to put a number on it, find a black title that could replace your review slot for a Marvel or Disney project in the next 30 days. Are you guys reviewing Daredevil?
Magazine Dreams. No.
Wait, I'm lost.
Are you
we finding
reviewing
Black-
Daredevil? Darius?
We are.
Okay. So whatever amount of time that you spend on a Daredevil review week to week, I want to challenge you to find a black show that you aren't already covering and give the equal time to that black show. Because if Marvel Disney still deserves your time, your platform, and your promotion of their product, and this is what they're giving you on screen, you can at least give the people that.
Now, are we talking new black shows? Because I'm trying to figure out what is in current production.
Magazine Dreams. You're muted right now, Marcus. Magazine Dreams. Ianu is coming up. We're always talking about Children of Blood and Bone.
I told you no to Ianu.
You ain't gonna do Ianu.
Someone said Paradise. Paradise is hot.
Paradise. Yep, that's a good one.
What's an ongoing show right now, though?
I can do Lil Kev. That looks like that was interesting me anyway.
Same challenge to you, Chillmonger. If you had a Marvel project that you planned on reviewing in the next 30 days or so, match it with a black property, because you, of course, you more than anybody is trying to promote the elevation of melanated faces in mass media. So again, if Disney Marvel deserves your time, your attention, and your promotion that much with putting what they're putting out right now, a random black project should get at least that.
Someone said Power is coming back. I'll pass on Power.
Yep, I wish I could. We are too deep.
They better be
deep. I can't wait till it's over.
I'll also remind you that Little Mermaid is not a franchise or an IP. That is and will always be a black-led franchise. It's not Tiana. We're not talking about this the same way. Tiana, we would love that. And as the article says, we can go back to it. So challenge accepted, Marcus. Ianu.
Black trivia. Black trivia. What did, so we're talking about black shows. What was Mr. Henderson's job in Smart Guy?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good question.
What was his occupation?
I will accept from, and I'll accept it because it has a black lead. Shout out to Harold Perrineau.
Wonder Man. No. Raising Canaan. I know Raising Dion.
Raising Canaan comes out. It's coming out on Friday. Again, it's another one of them shows that we're so deep into. I just want to finish. Courtney Kemp, actually, the maker of Power, has another show coming out on Netflix that I plan to destroy because we don't need another one of those shows.
I agree. I look at the lead and I say From qualifies.
Yeah, From qualifies, sure.
The animation
Devil Dinosaur. Shout out to Black Club.
The animation studio was set to developing a separate short form special. Enjoy your crumbs, everybody. Inspired by Princess and the Frog, which is currently in early development, though details of the project remain under wraps. It's expected to feature. Mute yourself.
Oh, my bad. Shit.
It's expected to feature all new storytelling based on the 2009 film, with Joyce Shuri attached as director and writer, and Steve Anderson also directing. Okay, maybe the short form thing might happen, but again, it's not the long form, it's short form. The decision to shelve Tiana and the unannounced Disney Plus movie follows last year's news that Pixar would no longer prioritize developing long-form episodic content after the release of Dream Productions' Win or Lose. That is the baseball special thing. So the way that they think of... never mind. Let me keep reading. During the pandemic, some Disney executives, including then CEO Bob Chapek, pressed its various film silos to make original content for Disney Plus in order to grow subscribers. Walt Disney's Moana 2 was originally conceived as an animated series before being reimagined as a theatrical release. The decision that paid off in spades and led to $1 billion plus run at the global box office. It debuts March 12 on Disney Plus. We're good. I just want to say what Disney Plus was thought, what streaming was thought by the studios is no longer thought anymore. Lost can now be binged on Netflix again. They're not that gung ho on it anymore. So, movies it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly do feel bad for Ari Lennox and Coco Jones because it seems like they were maybe entertaining the idea of following up this animated feature with something live action. They were courting those. What up, Marvelous? It seems like they were courting an actress for Tiana, but doesn't seem like you would cancel a project like that if you still planned on putting a black woman on screen,
No.
Why do we give them our money?
Oh, I don't.
Nope.
I buy
you know
comic
what?
books.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's the only time I give them my money. But I feel like being able to make sure that this character is box office and doesn't flop is important enough
Sure.
to know that a few of my $4, a few cents, will go over to Disney overall.
I would say the Disney studios, they just recently, within the last year or two, folded in the comics division into the Disney umbrella. So that doesn't count. That's not what counts.
It counts, but we can make
Not really. It's such a diminutive part of their bottom line. It's literally just there for nostalgia bait. At this point, they don't even feed it as in it's a growing part of their IP. They treat it like you got how you get a little piece of skin that's kind of hanging, but you don't want to pull it because it'll hurt too bad. So you're just kind of waiting for it to wither off and die off. That's what they treat comics like.
Cliff Huxtable and Olivia had a conversation just like that. So I would still if Children of Blood and Bone was from Lucasfilm, like Kathleen Kennedy wanted it to be, and it was exactly the same way, I'm supporting that movie. I don't care if it has Disney on it.
Sure, keep waiting around for it then, I guess. I don't think they're coming with anything like that. So I don't think that's something that you got to consider when you talk about cutting the Disney cord. But again,
you're right. There's nothing in the next 2 years on the slate. There's nothing coming out of Disney like that.
Not at all. Not at all. And I guess the only thing that's more disappointing than them not spearheading it is the fact that other studios have allowed that void to exist and haven't filled it yet. So it's not like Disney is alone. They're not alone. They're not even unique in their kind of dissonance to black characters, black leads, black settings. You know what I'm saying? Just black people in general.
Speaking of black people in general, Nate Moore.
Oh boy.
You got the plug. How does he talk to you? Does he email you? You guys text? Are you on phone number basis with this leaker, with the source? Who's your source, Darius?
Dude, trust me, bro. No, I just get a simple DM.
It's Bo DeMaio. It's Bo.
Shit.
It's Bo. Yeah, it's Bo. I knew it.
Damn
Jig is
it.
up.
He just been itching to tell some shit.
Damn it. He watches. He's watching now. Bo, jig's up.
You might as well hop on screen now.
Come on the stream. Hop on in. No, just a simple DM.
Does he watch? Does your source, he or she, watch?
I think so. Every now and then. Yeah, I believe so. Every now and then.
They know to tell him.
True.
If the source is watching right now, I want you to do, while you're there, you're in the settings that you're in to obtain information, convey how important T'Challa is, and slapping the name on someone to be T'Challa isn't the same as T'Challa.
Can't give themselves up. I don't want them to be ostracized like Bo DeMaio. You don't want your source to get up out of there. Source, do what you're doing. Stay covert. Stay hidden.
Keep
So we
sourcing.
can keep getting information.
It's funny.
So how did your interaction go with your source this time around? You got the DM. Do you say, "Oh, thanks, gonna talk about it on Pantheon," or do you go? And I know you already talked about this earlier on your stream, but just
Oh
tell the
no,
story
yeah,
again.
No. So Tuesday got a DM, and I'll just go into what it said. So I got the DM there, and he said, "I got some tea, but there's only certain things I can tell you because it's so good, so hot, I can get in trouble within the circles." And I said, and then he said, "All I can say is what I originally told you is back on the table. That's all I got." And I said, No. Obviously, there's more. So I said, "So, I'm trying to squeeze more." I'm like, "What did you, what else?"
That's what I'm talking about, Darius.
I'm like, what did they say? What are their thoughts, or what do they think, or what's going on? Is basically, I said, "What are the details? I have to know." And then he says, "Damson is back in talks. Apparently, they were never done." T'Challa, shut up. He says, "Apparently they were never done." And then I said,
that way.
"Oh, buddy, he is so inaccurately, improperly named. He should not be named after." I got excited, and he should be I don't know. No. Yeah, just Eric. just be Eric. But then he said Damson is back. Damson is back in talks. Apparently they were never done. He said, "That's it. That's all I can spare." And then I said, "What are they?" Because he said the leak shook the table. I'm talking about the leaks from the concept art. So the leak shook the table. He said, "But that's really it. That's all I can say." And I said, "What are they saying about the leak?" And then you can't tell me that part. But the last thing he said there after all that was about Nate Moore, to where he said, "And there is a reason Nate Moore is out the door." I'm really mincing. Yeah, go ahead.
Not on the Damson Idris thing, because
Yes.
so the initial post that the initial, like, the first ever source leaked information was that she will be Storm, and we thought whatever, and there's still no confirmation on this, but the Damson Idris part, we got confirmation on that. Like, we actually heard other people report it, so now, like, your source, I look at it a little bit more credible. Side note: why is Damson Idris's Twitter blocked? The account doesn't exist anymore. I recall him being active on Twitter, talking about things, and I remember tweeting him and being like, "Yo, what's up? Is it related to the T'Challa thing?" And so he may have answered a question here or there.
He
where
did.
he needed to deactivate his Twitter.
Remember, he responded to somebody saying that he turned down the role. He was like, "Yeah, I turned down James Bond too."
Yeah.
Yes.
Now his Twitter shut down.
So this source of Darius is no longer the one I'm looking at it with the rock eyebrow. I'm like, okay, Darius's source, hello, it's your time to shine.
Here's the thing, y'all.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff.
We all know it makes sense. The problem is we haven't been dealing with common sense since this whole thing started. And so even though the pieces fit and it all feels right, and it feels like we have enough circumstantial evidence for there to be smoke, and when there's smoke, there's fire, we still know that there's a mental barrier there. There's a mental block that some individuals in that organization can't get over. Now, is that part of why Black Panther 3 has been kicked down the road? The reason why Nate Moore is on the outs? The reason why the Russos are back in and we're talking Black Panther? Now, we know, in combination from what Darius is reporting and what we've heard also from some other individuals we're close to, Tina, she dreads me, that it doesn't seem like Ryan Coogler's in the loop at the moment. Seems like he's in his own world, doing his own thing. Sinners.
April 22nd. April 18th.
He doing his thing. He doing his own thing right now. If there is any at all, if there's any Black Panther conversation going on and that man's not involved, y'all, it's detached. It's detached. They're not going to come up with an idea and then walk it back to him and be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?"
But see, then I pose the question. I posed the question earlier on my stream. You know, I know he is busy with Sinners, but with them trying, if we're to believe, because I didn't, this is not in there. I don't know if any one of you just mentioned it, but what Alex was talking about of moving, Alex of the Cosmic Circus said that they're possibly trying to move Black Panther 3 to that November 2nd date, opposed to out of the two, it'd be Shang-Chi or that. And they're saying more likely it'd be Black Panther 3. So just assuming, which I don't believe that Black Panther 3 gets pushed before Secret Wars, but if they are trying to do that, if they really are trying to do that, they're trying to tell a very big story with Secret Wars in a very short amount of time. So what if they are, you know, hey, Ryan, you got 10 minutes, you got 5 minutes. Can we talk about this?
They don't work that efficiently. So you're talking about before Secret Wars is when Black Panther would come out, right? In between
they're putting it on that November 2nd, 2026 date.
There ain't no way
that Blade had. That's what I said.
Right now.
That's what I said.
Now.
Yes. There's
and
no way.
He's busy with Children of Blood and Bone, so it's not like he'll just start shooting it.
Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah. So that still puts Black Panther 3 at that 2028 year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, if they would have told me we're not going to kill T'Challa, we're also not going to shoot Black Panther 2, give it a few years until 2028, I would have said, damn. At least they're not killing T'Challa. You know, we would have been at the same place.
I just don't. If they're setting up a path to where Ryan Coogler's Black Panther 3, and this seems like most likely because of how everybody's schedule is setting up, is going to come post Secret Wars, there are absolutely no guarantees on that film. I don't give a shit what they say about the script. I don't care about who's been cast to do what and whatever. At that point of the film, let's think about other films at that point of their creative process and think about some of the stuff that we heard going into it. Like at that point for Black Panther 2, we thought we were going to get a T'Challa versus Doom arc, right? That was the rumors for Black Panther 2, that he was going to interact with Dr. Doom. For Multiverse of Madness, we thought we were going to be dealing with Superior Iron Man, and we thought we were going to get, additions to the Illuminati that didn't pop up. Like it was a whole bunch of other shit that we thought was in the story to begin with because we were early on in the process. So whoever's up first is where we need to pay attention to. It is seeming like the Russos are up first. Now, why? I still can't get my head around it, but why Joe and Anthony Russo would pick the World War II grandfather Panther for a 2025 Secret Wars arc or Battle World arc, that just doesn't make, when we're not going back to the 1940s to pull any other character. We're not doing that. I guess, well, no, they are kind of doing it, aren't they? They're doing that with Fantastic Four. Isn't that not supposed to be a period piece, right?
Yeah, I got to see the movie 60s. First.
It's a futuristic 60s, though. I thought they were ahead of us. They got flying cars and shit.
I guess I was just trying to say they have created a precedence for time travel or a time shift of some sort. Like they not only pulling people from different realities, but from different points in that reality, which convolutes it to me, which just makes it even more kind of wacky and harder to follow.
They're about to put Ryan Johnson on Black Panther 3 since Ryan Coogler is busy right now. Is Ryan Johnson the Star Wars guy?
Somebody put William Moloch in timeout. Put him in timeout.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson. But Tina made a good point too, or had a good point that in the stream that we did last weekend. Eyes of Wakanda is canon, and they are going back in time.
Ugh.
And with them going back in time, with that, we are going to see, I'm sure, Zuri in one of those episodes because it'll be several different Black Panthers.
Is he going to get lost in transit and end up on Battle World?
Maybe so.
That's ugly.
Black Panther 3.
From animation to live action, that's disgusting.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see Captain Britain, or not Captain Britain. I'm sorry, Peggy fucking Carter. in
Why
live
is she
action.
coming back? She's going to be in Eyes of Wakanda?
No.
Oh,
Doomsday.
hey.
Doomsday, Secret Wars. Secret Wars, probably. I doubt
Hey.
Doomsday, but Secret Wars.
I'm
His
so
name-
tired of Agent Carter.
Is Nate Moore producing Eyes of Wakanda? He's like, oh, they want Black Panther, right? All right, Black male Panther, let's do it. Whose
a good
mentality? is it?
question.
Keep reading your report actually, because they mentioned Nate Moore.
He did mention Nate Moore. The last thing before he mentioned Nate Moore, he did say, but the future is bright, and recast fam should not be worried. And he put at all in all caps locks. And there's a lot that he couldn't tell me. Yeah, there's a lot he couldn't tell me. So he said, I have to obviously wait. He said, wait, let it sit. What did he say? He said, let it simmer for a bit. And then I can say more. So it's got to, I guess, whatever they've got going on over there at the studio.
It's a hopeful, very hopeful message, but I'm not going to not worry at all with capital letters. I'm going to worry, and I'm going to
I always tell him, brother, I'm still whoever you are, because I don't know, I'm still very, very iffy on it. But then this is what he said about Nate. He says, and there's a reason Nate Moore is out the door. I'm really mincing my words, but I don't want to expose that, brother. The confidence in Nate is lost and gone. He said, with everything I know, and then he said, then he said, with everything I know, this is the part too that I was like, I don't know, man. But anyway, with everything I know, Kevin is really for the people. Disney gives him a hard time. That's one white man Black people should protect. He just didn't have enough balls to call Nate Moore out. He trusted that they knew what they were doing. And I just don't. And then he said, epic fail.
Yeah, I don't like the exhaustion. But I mean,
yeah.
If she's telling the truth, he's still the president of the studio. So
that's my point. He can.
If what's being said is being said, and he has the inkling, he knows that he fucked up, well then yeah, we shouldn't be worried, because then he has the ultimate power to change it. And yet, where are we?
We're at Ironheart, who's a criminal. That's where we are.
Yeah, thank you.
See, me trying to give hope today on the stream I did earlier, I had said maybe, we don't, again, I'm not over there. We're not over there. Maybe Kevin Feige is behind the scenes and he has seen the bull. I mean, like I said, we know that Aldis is very privy to the recast crowd. We know that Damson is privy to the recast crowd. We know that Marvel is privy. Right? Yeah, they have to be. They have to be. We know that
you're wanting to play that character and you're not gauging online sentiment, and you're not
right.
trying to gauge the feeling of the fans.
But see, now Damson's addressed it twice. He addressed it on that podcast where he got asked about it, and then he addressed it directly by that tweet, even though he did not say, oh, yeah, that's still addressing it. He's very much aware of the hashtag. I mean, if he's on Twitter,
have responded more than any other celebrity. I think Alan Noel on Twitter, but that was just Damson and Damson have responded the most consistently on many platforms.
Yeah, so we know that Marvel knows, we know those guys know. So there's I'm assuming that, if Kevin Feige is aware, if they're aware, Kevin Feige's got to be aware. He's got to know, that, okay, we're in a shit place right now. It's like the question you asked last week. Do you think Marvel knows that their stuff has been shit lately? And it's like, well, yeah, Deadpool, they allowed the jokes and things to go in Deadpool. So you're joining at a bit of a low point, blah, blah, blah. So maybe on, his list of fixing shit, recasting T'Challa, maybe he has put his foot, I don't know. I'm just, trying to give hope. Maybe he's put his foot down and said, enough is enough. I let you niggas try to fix this shit.
Let's go with the idea that it's not T'Challa and that they're seriously going to have Hickman's Secret Wars and swap out T'Challa for Azuri, and then just hope that since it's a Black guy that the audience is going to be with it and be down. You would essentially be banking the performance of Secret Wars on that. And to get to the conclusion that, hey, we made a mistake, and to march that out there feels like, hey, I just fell off my bike. I think I'm going to try and do it on my head now. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't.
Okay.
I don't see how those things line up with each other.
You must think that when people say recast T'Challa, it's also very specific that they're talking about T'Challa and not any black male who's a Black Panther could be there.
Because that's not what people are saying. We're not saying give us black male, even though that would be nice. We're not saying recast black males. We're saying recast that person, T'Challa. Again, that's why I'm so hard on individuals who take replacements as the real deal and then disseminate that to their audiences. That is low level brain activity type of work, right? Like you're almost insulting to a certain demographic if you are just like, yeah, I know it's not exactly him, but like he's got a wiener and they call him Black Panther, so we good, right?
So you say that, and then in our comment section, there's engagement of which substitute for T'Challa should it be? We should be talking about Bashinga, if anyone, not Azuri, T'Chanda. See?
Yeah,
you see what I see? I'm like, I thought it was very clear. Every time I've ever spoken, I'll turn on this camera, I'm talking about T'Challa. And then here we are going, yeah, it should have been Bashinga instead of anyone. Like, what? T'Challa, everyone.
Yeah. It's not, this character, this IP is not in a position where it can lease out its key position to anyone. It has to be built up. You need a foundation. And one movie that surprised everyone is not the foundation that you then start handing out to everyone. That's not a foundation. You haven't built it up. Not to mention you gave the man less than 30 minutes of screen time and all the other appearances combined that he had in the MCU. How about we start putting the man in a role prominent in other projects, the same way you did Steve Rogers, same way you did Tony Stark? How about we worry about that before we start trying to serve every master from one position? How about we start creating those positions and making them last so that we can have generations of people step into those roles? How these individuals, well, no, I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to give YouTubers the benefit of the doubt. I'm definitely not going to give actors and producers and executives the benefit of the doubt. They absolutely understand. That's why I can't really get with the whole, well, I feel the Greek. No. They understand what's happening. They understand full on well that the door was permanently closing on a role for a black man to play in Hollywood, not just in Hollywood, at the House of Mouse. That was set to be recasted time and time again. You know what happened? Everybody got a pay bump. Chadwick Boseman's allotment for his salary stayed, and they spread it out between everybody else. So everybody got, it's like, it's okay. Audience reject Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Marvel needs to cool with black characters. That's a troll. That's gotta be a troll. That has to be a troll. You're on the wrong page.
He's actually got a point, though. He's actually got a great point.
I'm not doing this. I don't even want to try to set it
I wonder if that's like the type of conversations Marvel has had. We need to cool it with these black characters. They're not doing so hot.
What we got, like, I think we had like 3 of them in this movie. Jesus, there was Sam. There was
shit.
There was the Secret Service agent. We had 3.
Hey, cancel that post credit with Nick Fury.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, that was an ignorant comment, but I did get a good laugh from it.
Man, all this blackness. It's just so much going around. Slow down.
And yes, I recognize the name Kevin Davis, and he's always been offering stupid things like that. It's not one of those real accounts; it's one of those fake ones. That the ones that you'll talk about something, they'll copy and paste a big blurb from Wikipedia and just like flood your comments. Yeah, it's not a real person. He's done it to me. He's done it to other channels. It's one of those. Ooh, Marcus is on fire tonight. I think he should come to the front of the bus now.
Hey, appreciate it, Dorian.
What the F am I reading? Marvel got Ace and Big Joker they can play. Puma says, Marcus, are you finally hoping that Disney will wake up and smell the black coffee?
I hope.
Well, according to the source, Kevin Feige is someone that we should believe in, right? What was it? He's on our side. What was the verbiage from your source?
Yeah,
it sounds ridiculous.
People should protect.
Now, I will say this. Listen, here's a question I do have. I think this question got asked last weekend too. How much do we think T'Challa is going to be involved, or Wakanda in general, in this mutant saga?
In the mutant saga, as
Storm
a background, yeah, Storm stuff probably, but it won't. See, this was Black Panther and Wakanda's arc right here. Was Secret Wars, right? This was their time to shine. If we're not going to get it now, we're never going to get it. I think a lot of the Infinity Saga staples will kind of fade to the background. They won't die off completely, but they'll exist in the ambiance of the MCU. They won't be key figures outside of big level events. Your Captain Americas, your Tony Starks, your Hulk, those guys will be replaced with Magneto and Xavier and Emma Frost and Hank and whoever, right? And Aurora. They'll just have other people slide into those roles.
Slide.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men are the big Joker, and the T'Challa recast will be the Ace. I just realized the reason why it's called Back of the Bus. Oh, he realized it just now. It's because it's very clear. It's because Marcus is on an Iota, and there's their signature Stroll song. Huh?
First of all, damn, JP, I didn't. Hey, shout out to your research, but that's not why we were called Back of the Bus.
Does that have to do with one of the things behind you?
Yeah, it's my frat, and that's my name.
Too Raw.
Too Raw.
I'm calling you Too Raw from now on. What
Isn't
did
that
you
like a
do for
brothers
them
thing? Can only your brothers do that?
Call him Too Raw?
It's okay. I'll allow it.
It's behind you. It's on a wall. What am I gonna do? Not call you Too Raw?
Well, I think it's like a fraternity. My mom was an AKA, so we used to go to all
my
those...
line names in my social media. It's okay. Like I'm not. I go by it. It's all right. It's okay.
Is there a hand sign with it? Too Raw.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Put your fingers down.
1, 2, Raw.
Now that is a brother thing for sure.
It's a frat thing, says Raymond. Nah, you're Too Raw.
But no, the Back of the Bus origin. I mean, we're in Columbus, obviously.
It's not obvious. Shut up. Columbus ends with bus, so that's Columbus. No one knows that.
The podcast, you know, we in Columbus. We reference stories in Columbus constantly on the podcast. We've discussed this very thing multiple times. If you watch the pod, you know we're in Columbus.
But you never say we're in the bus. You know, everyone knows where the 6 is. Where's
because
the Big
we
Apple?
Don't call it the bus. Nobody calls it that.
Well, you do on your channel.
The hell we do.
Capital letters right there. BUS.
Right. It's a metaphor. It's like a simile thing.
It's a reach.
Do you guys have any hope for Blue Marvel or Brother Voodoo appearing in the MCU?
Yeah, we got to protect Kevin Feige at all costs. That's what he's trying to get.
Brother Voodoo would have showed up by now. We have a lot of already kind of like neighboring characters. Strange, Black Panther.
He was in Doctor Strange 1. They cut that scene though, which I'm fine with because he wasn't that significant. It was a very deletable scene. So yeah, Jericho Drum was in it. But fine, they cut it. But where is he now? Did they go, oh, we're doing Baron Mordo? Race swap casting.
Right.
We got a black.
So that essentially was their Brother Voodoo, was Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
There's a black that does magic. He's right here. Baron Mordo.
Just race swap. Whoop-de-doo. Abracadabra. That's magic.
Remember, Nate Moore did talk about Adam in 2023, where he said Blue Marvel would be a fantastic addition to the MCU. He's a character who's almost Superman in strength and power. And there's a full quote, but
now Blue Marvel has potential because a lot of his Ultimates teammates are going to be leading the show going into the next phase. Carol Danvers, America Chavez, Monica Rambeau, maybe
supposed to have a big role in Avengers. They say. So
they're gonna snatch her forehead out like Vision.
That's what I said. I said on par with Vision. What?
So they gonna remove her forehead like Vision, right? I swear to God, if y'all kill the Black Queen
that would be insane.
I'm gonna get a refund because not only did
that would be insane.
Not only did y'all cancel her shit, but y'all made her like the galvanizing death in Secret Wars. Oh, I want my bread back.
What about Feige am I supposed to protect then? If that happens, that's a what if. We don't know exactly if he's gonna kill Photon. But like what is so protect worthy about Feige? I don't get it. Your source, if you're listening, come back with like more, because there's no way I'm gonna
Feige
stop.
better personally picked your grandmother up from the hospital and took her home. He better sent you and your kids and your family Christmas cards every year. He better have showed up to the Juneteenth cookout and brought potato salad and good potato salad.
What were you
better
quoting?
have some backup to that black folk need to protect Kevin Feige, because it felt a little itchy. I ain't like it.
It makes me think the source is Kevin Feige, but I also think my Kevin Feige. No, I think everyone's Kevin
What if
Feige.
you were really DMing with Kevin Feige and he was this for one of his burners? He trying to throw you off the set.
He's like, "Hello, recast fam." So, yeah, some of the verbiage there is kind of. Did he use the word brother like with the A at the ending, or did he pronounce the R? Because you did read brother, but I don't know if that was you saying it or him typing it. The suspense is killing me.
I think this could work.
Is he muted? Or am I muted? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Darius, did you say it?
He's muted now.
Okay.
It would make more sense, but I love we more would have history with Isaiah brother. I feel like that'd be possible. Isaiah's obvious, he's older than Adam, and we know he's got the super serum, so it could definitely be possible. It can make sense.
How did Darius come across this source? Ain't no way he came across Kev without knowing. A couple of months back, he reached out to tell us that Damson Idris is. Actually, I'm not going to answer the question. This is Darius's question to answer. I don't know exactly.
If he can ever get back on here, can you hear us, Darius?
But he's busy with something.
Okay. Well,
I want to put the chat, the link for everyone. It is a call-in show. Try not to overstay your welcomes, everyone. You can chill for a couple of minutes, maybe. But the StreamYard is there. I'm gonna throw one thing at you guys, which you might be surprised to hear. What? Why does it look like he's talking to us though?
I thought he was trying to. He is talking to us. No,
we don't
hear you. I'm screaming in this bitch.
Yeah, and it's not muted either, so that's confusing.
Yeah, your joint might be unplugged or something, man.
Yeah.
He said, "Help me."
I was gonna say something about new rock stars, and they've got certain terms that are deleted, and it won't show if you write a comment saying recast T'Challa, it doesn't show on the. It won't show.
Shill media gonna shill, boy. Shill media gonna shill. Who blocks? Okay, you should type in release the Snyder Cut and see if that's blocked too.
I bet that probably is blocked also.
Oh well, they already released it. Bring back Snyderverse. See if that's blocked.
We'll do that after our first caller.
Right.
Hello.
We hear you.
Well, great. I don't even remember what the fuck I was gonna say now.
I asked you if he said brother or brother.
Oh, it was an A. It was an A.
Nice. Dan, welcome.
What up, fellas?
Man, what up?
Pleasure.
What's going on?
Chill, my guy. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. We got
Darius. Pleasure.
What's up, dog?
What's going on, my brother?
All right.
We got to hear what you think about Darius's source and saying that Nate Moore is lost and gone. The faith in him is lost and gone. How do you want to take that?
Look here, Nate. I'm so happy he out the door, bro. Y'all don't understand. He got to go. But I do appreciate Darius coming through with the source, because I was there when he dropped Damson and the other girl that was supposed to be Storm.
Jamie Lawson.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's going to come back into play in this like new universe that Damson's supposed to be in. If that's still a thing. But no, I fully agree. Like, yeah, Nate, base. But yeah, no, and for a lot of the crap y'all give Wakanda Forever, I let it slide because I am an extra in that movie. But it's okay. I'm with you.
You were Kamaru Usman?
Oh, really?
Which
I mean,
I
scene?
did not know that.
I'm in my hair was shorter, but if you go back to the funeral scene, I actually look at the camera and you'll recognize me. Yeah.
I was hoping you tell me anything but that scene. That was like that's the one.
I know. I know.
Dan.
How do you think we felt when they told us T'Challa was dying?
Oh wait, no. So I guess you found out on set, like they told you what was happening in the scene.
Mm-hmm. No, I flat out just like y'all. I was hoping that T'Challa was gonna, pop up. Maybe if he was gonna die, maybe it would be like in a suit saving Wakanda or something. And then when they said it was a funeral, it was like, okay, so maybe it's like a flashback for like Forrest Whitaker's character or some shit, but not T'Challa. And it was heartbreaking as fuck. But we had that like we was happy, and it was a celebration of life type shit. But I've always been for like the whole blip theory, like maybe we're doing the flashback thing type shit.
So okay.
Oh yeah, you don't know everything. Yeah, you only know.
Let's live. Let's. I want to prod. This is very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
While you guys were there, did you ever feel like there was a change in direction? Did it ever feel like they were going one way and then pivoted towards where they ended up?
They seemed pretty set in stone because I was trying to fish for information as well, like what the fuck is actually going on in this movie. And the brother sounded like the guy I asked, he was like an AD or a camera operator or some shit, but he was mad psyched when he told me that Shuri was going to be the Black Panther.
Very progressive.
Yeah.
He's very happy. Okay, cool.
So, I'm like, shit, all right. I mean, I was in love with Letitia for a minute, so I'm like, all right, right on, cool. But at the same time, I was low-key hurting because T'Challa was not in the movie. But
speaking of Letitia, what do you? Or I mean, you probably weren't there if you were in the funeral scene. But did you hear at all what happened with that motorcycle scene?
We talked about it on set, and apparently there was some talks about her because when we filmed it, so if you go back and watch it, she in the scene where and Angela Bassett is looking at the drummers, she has her head down. That wasn't Letitia on set. That was somebody else, and we saw who was under the set, and I'm like, it was some light-skinned shorty, and we were like, did she get recast? Because we
got all that stuff going on at the time. Yeah. Okay.
Fortunately, she came back. I got to meet her, and she was it was the whole her stance about the whole COVID thing never really came up. She just showed back up.
Yeah, because they let her back. And they was like, yeah, we need to finish this movie. So
exactly.
Come quietly, yeah.
Not come quietly, no.
Damn, that's dope. Okay, I'm trying to think if I have any more questions about that. I got a million. Damn. Y'all
right there, that guy, right there, shirtless to the left.
Right there in the front.
Mm-hmm.
With your hat on.
And I see you, Dan.
Same smile. Yep, that's me.
Shout out to Dan the man. Look at him. He all blow Dan up, man. He a star.
Mm-hmm. Yo.
What do you think about that scene?
Yes, sir.
What do you want to promote? Because we got 3 others who are waiting to get in.
Oh yeah, follow me at dlynch47. So I am an independent filmmaker, guys, writer and actor. I make my own stuff. Please follow the kid on social media, TikTok at DanTheMan399. I post all my stuff up there. We're making a fantasy epic movie right now. Looking to pitch that later on in the fall. Yes, let's make it happen and hashtag recast T'Challa.
Love it or hate it, Disney don't like Negro. Oh my God, I'm ready.
What's happening, people? How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Let's keep it 100. Disney was started by a man who was racist.
Okay.
They have tried this experiment with you Negroes. They are done. Captain America did it. They was like, put all the Negroes in the back. We're done.
I could see that being the message and the narrative that this movie performing well will make. But we're supposed to protect Kevin Feige according to the source of Darius.
Okay, and I'm going to address Darius' source. Darius' source is Kevin Feige assistant. He said, please, Negro, don't get mad at me. Get mad at that Negro over there who killed him. And that's
These
why
are
they
our
get rid of
listeners.
everybody. They get. I'm being jokingly, but I'm putting it like this. I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm 51 years old, and it was introduced to me by my grandfather. I took my grandfather to see the first one, and I watched a grown man cry because he said, "I never thought I would see this." And to put him in the back of a bus, to kill him off just because you all feel something personal about it. You know how many people have died on set? They ain't have a problem replacing Red Hulk. They replaced his ass quick with a better actor.
I just learned White Tiger in Daredevil. That actor had died of cancer. I wonder what they do with that character. You know, this great representation on authentic Latino, not a race swap Kukul Khan. I wonder what they do there. Sorry to take over, but keep going, yeah.
Or my man who played the Predator. He was a black man and all that. They ain't stopped making Predator movies. That was a big brother. But the point of the fact is, they see, here's the thing. They did Black Panther to appease us, and they didn't expect it to do that well. And that's what happened. And now, and when Chadwick died, it was an opportunity, because I'm going to say this, I'm going to try to make this brief as possible. They don't have a problem with Star Trekkies. They don't have a problem with Star Wars. But when black people had something to represent them and we took to it, if you notice, even when it was out and all these comedians like they do know Wakanda ain't real, they wanted to kill it. And when that man died, that was their opportunity to throw the rest of you niggas to the back. And that's that. That's all I have to say. Y'all have a good one, man.
You too, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to your grandfather.
Appreciate it.
Drake.
So anyone can call in.
Dan the man, I'm gonna have to watch the Relay Gang. I had a few folks in Wakanda Forever too. Oh, it's a competition now, eh?
Yeah, right. No, don't come up here with that, Tina. We got Dan the man, okay? He has screen time.
Liam says, hopefully they bring in Ava the White Tiger. People actually want to see LMFAO. I don't know enough about the White Tiger, but that's probably the point too. They're very insignificant, whether it's him, his daughter, whichever Ayala it is.
I just wonder by the end of season 1 of Daredevil Born Again if Hector Ayala is going to die of cancer.
Oh, I can give you the spoiler on White Tiger if you'd like, Chill. Sure. I guess the character
Talking about the sport. Are you talking about in Daredevil?
Yeah, I guess he knows that
in Born Again.
Dies.
Are people wanting that spoiler? Because I know some people were saying they haven't seen it.
Let's not ruin it for people. They ain't come on here to have the end of Daredevil Born Again ruined.
I blame Marvel for Captain America's forced failure and lay the failure essay. Is black people know that was all Marvel. They really should have got the creative team. All right. Let's go to the next guest here. His name is Jean Paul.
JP.
Hey, what's up, Marcus?
John?
What up, dog?
Oh, I know your
What's
name,
going
Black Claw
on?
2. So that's who Black Claw 2 is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Don't look like a Black Claw. Go ahead.
I am black, aren't I? Yeah, but it's been a crazy couple of months regarding recast, and Darius, given what your source said and how adamant that they are about it, that Black Panther we saw in the art being the son of T'Chaka, not Azuri, and not an aged up TJ. I have to say, like, right now, I am feeling cautiously optimistic. Now, don't get it twisted. Still, like, preparing for the worst because, given what they are been doing with Black,
He's lagging for me, but I got half of it.
Yeah, now it's frozen.
I was
getting it. I was getting there.
Now that Nate Moore is on his, it's frozen. Wait, can you guys?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Am I all right now?
We do. So we're just going to stop and we'll let you go uninterrupted. Go 30 seconds. And if it lags again, we'll just be quiet. So go ahead.
All right, I'll make this quick. Just like I said, now that Nate's optimistic about T'Challa's future, so we'll ultimately see in the coming years. So I'm hoping for the best, but still being prepared for the worst.
Thanks for that.
Facts.
Appreciate that. And next we go to, well, she says, fellas, I think you need to create a new petition. Y'all want me to do it? I'll be y'all admin.
For the specific ask of T'Challa, like we need to say, hey, a father is not his son. Please recognize that. Is that what the petition is going to say? Hey, recognize people as individuals, even when they're black. Is that what the okay? All right. Okay. It's something degrading about having to communicate that plainly to people to get what you want. But I guess if that's where we're at.
Kevin took Black Cloud.
Yes, Liam, to your conversation.
Damn it. Boomily.
It's obviously not clear. I don't think it's not clear. I just think that someone who wants to drive a wedge in there and create confusion is choosing to.
It's a narrative, fam. Oh my God. If I turn the logic on any number of characters, who do we want to do this with?
It wouldn't work with Bruce
Darth
Wayne.
Vader? Is Damian Bruce Wayne? Is Jonathan Clark? Like, how? Look, we don't have to do this. It's common sense. We all know this. Now, if we're
It's
saying
Simba,
that
Mufasa.
yeah, if we're saying that there's a certain group of people who are remaining ignorant to that, now we got to talk about a completely different course of action. Because I don't think that ignorance is to be reasoned with, right? Maybe we need to direct that energy at a certain person then. You know what I mean? Because I can't dialogue with people who just kind of like mesh black people together all in one. Like, all right, you're brown. Let me see your parts. Okay, yeah, you'll fit. And that's the only thing that needs to happen. Right, that is a lowering of standards.
Next caller is named Moffley.
It's Mo Fly. What's going on, guys?
Oh,
It's Mo.
What up, Mo Fly?
Yeah,
you motherfucker, you know good damn well that didn't say no, Moffley.
God damn, chill. You got me like that, bro?
not
What's up, love?
capital M, capital F. I would have said
okay,
Mo Fly.
it's all right, man. It's okay. It's all right.
No, it's all good. I don't know why they ain't put me on my same link, but it is what it is. I was just gonna add on to what Marcus was talking about with how they try to link all the races up. I'm like, didn't we just learn this lesson this past Sunday at the Oscars with Zoe Saldana? I'm a proud Dominican. I'm like, oh baby.
I told y'all about Zoe salad sauce. I surely did.
I'm like, oh baby, really? Drumline?
Proud Dominican.
Nina Simone?
Oh yeah.
Proud Dominican.
What the role she was playing?
No black puppy.
She was
I
playing.
I'm like, yo.
I thought the same thing during that speech. I was like, oh well, we are not black today.
That was really
not
cute.
Today.
You know the movie that she won her Oscar for, the one that she was so proud.
Oh man,
that she got to speak Spanish in. There were certain individuals on that cast who had to learn Spanish to even act in the movie. But we were so surprised. Yeah, we were so happy that we got to put out our Hispanic heritage that we used Rosetta Stone for 6 months so we can get ready for the role.
I disagree with the direction that all three of you guys are taking.
No, it's real. Chill. It's real. That's what it is.
Some people are biracial, and it's okay.
Dominican is a
it adds up, man. I
nationality.
mean,
okay.
Every movie she has done, her boyfriend is paler than pale.
Nick Cannon?
I'm just saying, it's like the Ray Don Chong complex. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool and all, but it's like now we starting to see what team she's playing for when she revealed it. It was cute.
Can we talk about the team Nate Moore is playing for?
I needed to ask a question on it to you guys about Nate Moore. Now, I know he said he's supposed to be out of there pretty soon. Is he? I wanted to know from all three of you guys, do you think he's going to pull a Catherine Kennedy thing where I'm leaving, but I'm going to just still put my hands in everything, you know what I'm saying, to make sure everything go
I'm
my
not
way.
leaving. I'm not leaving.
I think he is. I think he is with Black Panther 3. I don't think he has that Kathleen Kennedy power to be a producer on other things like that. Maybe he does. I don't know. But I think on Black Panther 3, he definitely is going to have that last kick in the nuts, fuck recast and fuck Marvel and everything on his way out. Yeah, I definitely think he's doing. Because he wants to put Storm in this.
Why, if that's the case, right, and he's going to be making changes that have lasting impact on the MCU, why wouldn't they let him finish out the saga? We at that point, oh well, no, yeah, why wouldn't? Because he's going to have to wait around for that to happen anyways. He's not getting his film until 2028, right? So he's just going to be sitting around doing nothing until it's time to work on Black Panther.
Hey, my thing is, I think once again he was a plant. They put him in there to get certain things done. I honestly, once, like we've talked about this numerous times, I felt as though he wanted to recast, but he was told not to. But he's just been trying to, put up this facade.
Nate,
you think so?
Oh no, I think Nate. I think if Nate had it his way, because I like I said, I know that they're all privy to the conversations. I know I've personally done streams targeted at Nate. So I know, I'm not saying he's watched my streams, but I know other people, he's seen the stuff about him. So I'm sure he probably hates the recast crowd. He probably doesn't want to recast T'Challa. And on his way out, like I said, he's probably trying his damnedest to like, no. Don't give them. No, I don't think he really wanted to recast T'Challa. I think because, like they said, they decided in minutes.
Here's what I think happened with Nate, because he did. It's been long reported that he came head to head with Ike Perlmutter over getting Black Panther even on screen, right? So if we're going to talk about all the bad that Nate Moore did, we're at least talk about that, right? He stood up on a Marvel board member and argued him down to get Black Panther on screen.
Good. He should have stood up against this guy here.
Yeah, he should have. Yes, he absolutely should have.
Imagine
everyone. Kathleen Kennedy made E.T.
You prefer. Imagine everyone in this room is asking you about recast. You see the skin tone of nearly every single human being here. It gets thrown to Nate Moore, and his answer is, he's got to be dead. Sorry.
Yeah, yuck.
I think that's Ruth Carter on the side there. I think that's the one who won the costume design Oscar.
I stand corrected. Sorry.
Yeah, he's the outsider, and he knows that the recast position is the pro-Black position.
But can I finish my point, though?
Yes.
I think that once he got to that level of success, he had arrived. And he did what a lot of people do when they hit that plateau, when they've done that one thing that they always wanted to do and they feel like they've reached the pinnacle. He got comfortable. He sat down and started acting like he was just one of the ones. He was Kevin. He was buddy with Kevin Feige. I'm one step away from leading Marvel. He's untouchable now. And so now the idea that had him fighting Ike Perlmutter to get Black Panther on screen at all, well, we're not doing that no more. We ain't got to do that no more.
Why does he wants to destroy this IP? That's my main question. I just don't get it.
I believe he was, not just him. I think there's a lot of people who have this same attitude, but I think they were arrogant enough to believe that they could sell a certain narrative to the audience and it would still make money.
And the ego that no one wants to admit that they were wrong about it. And that's where Toussaint comes in. We'll call him T'Challa. It'll be just as good as new. We don't have to undo the movie and our decision from the past. And we don't even need a recasted version of T'Challa, not even a variant of T'Challa. We'll use another Black Panther because this is the franchise. It's about a mantle, right? It's about a mantle. That's what they're going for. No one wants to admit they're wrong. And so they might not do the whole complete recasts.
And they're going to double, triple down on that mantle concept in Eyes of Wakanda, because that's what Eyes of Wakanda is about. It's about the passing of the mantle. So be ready for that.
That's just going to bomb.
Thank you guys, bro. I appreciate it. I got my answers. Y'all be blessed, brother.
You too.
Thank you. Here comes Tina. Sorry?
She dreads me. No, bring her up. My bad. I was going to start talking.
Don't treat me like I'm just some regular call-in person.
10 minutes,
Okay?
Tina. 10 minutes. Tina, you get 10 minutes. Hey, Brother Stark, we see you waiting there. We see you. Tina's here for 10 minutes. Just keep waiting.
Yes. Okay, let me get another 2 minutes in right
Stark.
quick.
That brother was
No.
probably about to talk, and you just nixed that brother like that.
Bring
Pull him in here with
Stark in.
Tina. Pull him in here with Tina.
Man,
Brother Stark,
like
I
to be so-
advocated for you.
you like to be
I
so
appreciate that.
organized.
Appreciate that.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah.
All right,
What's
let's try to
going
do
on?
a show without talking over each other. As I say it, we talked over each other. See, that's the
Wow.
point. Go ahead.
Um,
Who's talking?
yeah. What do you want us to respond to? The Darius's source information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get why Kevin Feige should be a white man. We gotta protect. Like there's scientists out there. There's white men as civil rights leaders, judges, and that. But Kevin Feige, the same brother who nixed Don Cheadle, who's been in the MCU for 15 years. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm not really rocking with none of that at all. Y'all already know how I am. Recast T'Challa all day, but we gotta find us a new white man to protect. If Kevin Feige's the one we're using, like, what about George Lucas? I love me some George Lucas.
Red
Right.
Tails.
Oh.
Okay, Tina, we got to protect Kevin Feige.
I criticize Feige, but I like Feige. I think Feige is just a little. I like Feige. I think Feige be getting to ease up under the radar. That's one thing I don't like about him. But I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't want to say the white man to protect. That doesn't align with my morals. I don't know about that.
According to Darius's source, there's some other things he could say, but we got to sit on it because it would reveal who the source is. You got sources. Is there anything that we might need to know about?
No, last time I ain't saying nothing no more. What I did come in here to say was because Marcus, you was like it should be common sense. It's not common sense. That's why I said we need a new petition.
But
why you.
What's not common sense?
It's common sense to us. Yeah.
Over T'Challa, or the fact that
Everything.
that child is T'Challa.
Everything. That is why you get people. Hold on, let me tell you why.
Yeah,
that is why you get people, and I like Josh. That's my buddy. But that's why you get people like Josh saying, at least we got a black man who's
nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, please go. Please go.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. That's why you get people, and he's not the only one. You know, he has a larger platform.
Yeah.
So he's kind of the one that, a lot of us notice. But there are a lot of people, because of how and not you guys, but how the recast T'Challa movement kind of morphed. It stopped sticking on recasting T'Challa to, we need a strong black man. Y'all are taking the black man out. So now you have people who are taking bits and pieces of what we want, and they're just hearing, well, it's not T'Challa, but y'all did say you want a strong black man, and if this is what we get, and we're okay with it. So to us, it's common sense, but I can tell you, so many people do not get this. They do not understand.
They deflecting from the real issue.
I think we're meshing two things here. I understand the idea of, okay, this recast movement, maybe they just wanted another black guy in the suit and that being misconstrued. I can understand that getting lost in the sauce, because if you're not plugged in, you're going to see guys like Dr. Boyce Watkins, who ain't never been plugged into none of these chats, but I got everything to say when he want to get some engagement. So that part of it, I understand. What no one is going to convince me of is that these people legitimately think, outside of a narrative, outside of an agenda, outside of trying to convince people, that a son can be holy as a name, title, body, and soul, his father. So when I hear individuals like the one you named, Josh Den of Nerds, say it's the same thing, or allude to the fact that it's a one-to-one, like, again,
the organ. Dun, dun.
It gets so simple, Tina. It gets so easy. I'm gonna ask you a question: is Jonathan Kent Clark Kent?
Dun,
No,
dun.
I know that.
And with those same individuals that have a hard time understanding this about Junior and T'Challa, right? They struggling. I'm in a pretzel. Would they ever go see a movie? It's called Superman Man of Steel featuring Jonathan Kent.
Dun, dun.
They would burn the movie theater down.
Wow.
They would literally burn it down. So that part I can't get with. I can understand if we're not plugged into what we're talking about, that maybe they just think a male Black Panther was surmised. But don't tell me that's T'Challa. Don't look me in my face and tell me that's T'Challa. Accept the replacement. Say that you're okay with the replacement. Say that you're okay with passing the mantle on. At least then we know where you stand. But I feel like a lot of people are trying to hide within the ranks and still stay in Marvel's good graces and not speak too harshly, right? We want to be in a position where we can still get our access. We can still not offend people within that umbrella that we know personally. But at the same time, I know a lot of this is BS and I can't defect my audience either. You can't have your cake and eat it too, or have cake and eat it too, however y'all say it. You can't have both. Pick a side. Just pick a side.
Why are you telling Tina like she didn't need to hear that? She's reporting to you.
I was telling the audience.
Right. Okay.
You know how I feel about it. You know, we have our conversations that we have, and I always say they understand. These people get it. I mean, I see where Tina's coming from too. I always love Tina's.
I don't think they care to get it. I really don't.
No, that's it. A lot of them don't give a fuck to get it. A lot of them
Yeah.
don't give a fuck to get it. They do get it, but they're looking at it as, like I always say, there are levels to recasting T'Challa. We are digging deeper into the levels that they're willing to dig deep into. They are looking at it at the surface level. At they want recasting T'Challa. Okay, well, that just means a Black guy in the role. That's why Jeff said it the way he said it, a Black guy. And then, you know, now you've got Josh echoing, as long as it's a Black male guy in the suit. They get it. They just, for them, it's not as deep. Or it's not as deep to them as it is to us. We are thinking of it as, oh, you know, he was created in
that's real though.
That's real. That's what. Yeah.
Say it's not that.
It don't matter to them because they didn't already have 4 Peter Parkers.
Exactly.
And there's gonna keep being more. We still ain't got a live action Miles though.
Oh my God.
Right.
When that happens, oh my. But yeah, and it's even worse, like on the corporate level. And I know Nate gets a lot of shit from people, but what do you think they talking about in the what do you think they talking about in the office? It's the same conversation. They're not thinking about it like, okay, young Black boys really need to see T'Challa. We really do need to recast that character. They are thinking about it's a Black man in a Black Panther suit, because I don't think they even realize why Black Panther 1 did what it did. I don't think they realize it. I don't think they understand the layers.
But see, you let Kevin Feige tell it. And this is I can't stand this interview that he did. This is the interview he did with Black Tree TV during the Deadpool Wolverine time, when they asked him, you know, how did you know that Black Panther was going to be a success? For him, he says he never thought about it when he was a kid, going to the movie theaters and being able to see posters and things like that look like him. So it was the reaction of the kids, the audience, the young Black guys, Black boys in the theater, seeing themselves, getting to see themselves. So they get it. They fucking get it. Here it is.
Are you saying he said that after the movie came out? Like he's saying he saw the kids after?
This right here is him after Deadpool and Wolverine, or before Deadpool and Wolverine, while he's promoting that movie. Pay attention. Stark, you've seen this one before. I DM'd you.
Was it before TikTok? I don't remember. But when Panther first was coming out, the reactions to the poster in the lobbies, and just seeing groups of people being so excited to see this.
So we sitting here looking at this dope ass Black Panther poster, and the conclusion that we have come to is that this is what white people get to feel all the time.
All the time.
Since the beginning of cinema.
All the time.
You get to feel empowered like this and represented.
This is what y'all feel like all the time? I would love this country too.
That is so really real. Registered the notion that kind of enthusiasm, which I feel like I have been lucky and privileged enough to experience when I was a kid, looking at every movie poster.
Find the words, Kevin.
That there were people who maybe didn't always feel that way, and that with Panther, they can.
And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
Yo, that was a good pivot. Right?
It's a good edit. Chill, you got to send me that. He knows. They're having those conversations over at Marvel. So I won't say as deeply as like you just said there, like, oh, it's for black. We're looking for whatever, for young black kids or whatever. But I will say, for him to make that statement, I remember when I first heard him say that, I was like, so motherfucker, you get it then. Then what are we doing?
When was this interview? Because we can reverse engineer this stuff. When
This was May.
interview?
This was almost a year now.
I'm gonna get off this stream. Bye, y'all.
Why? Oh, wait. Why?
Because this is how you reverse engineer things like that. If you really believed in this movie, you wouldn't have put it in the same category as Guardians. You would have found a A-list director. You would have paid Chadwick what he was worth. You would have paid everybody what it was worth if you really believed in it.
Oh, now you talking about shit. Now you talking about it.
Look, you went, and it's no disrespect to anybody. They went and they said, who's a young black cheap director we can get?
Right.
Oh my
And that we
God,
can keep recycling and using over and over and over again. That's going to be our yes man.
They did not go get F. Gary Gray. They did not go get, if John Singleton was still alive. I can't remember if he was or not. They didn't. So
was between him, Coogler, and Ava DuVernay.
And Ava, once again, Ava was. I don't think Ava still has really kind of got to where she really.
And we know women don't get paid as much as
Not
men.
in fantasy. Definitely not.
Well, not at all. I think Ava. I don't think Ava has like hit it yet.
Hasn't
But
arrived yet.
yeah, they are very particular with what they're doing. They sat down. They don't know the director. You think Kevin Feige knows who's the hot black director is in Hollywood?
Right.
No. They
Right.
have somebody who comes in. They have a black delegate and says, hey, these are the hot black directors that we can get for X amount of dollars. Who do you want? Boom. Ryan Coogler. He did Creed.
Is
Kevin
It's
Feige
the
don't watch that.
truth. It is the truth. You think Kevin Feige is sitting around watching Fruitville Station?
Hey,
Right.
Wendy.
I can't believe y'all got me
Kevin Feige's
disrespecting
never
this
seen
man
House
like that.
Party.
Can't believe y'all got me disrespecting this man on public like that. But it's like, it's
But
the reality
truth.
of it.
It is the truth. It is the truth. That's why I always say when it comes to the recasting of T'Challa, I've always said this. I just said it a few seconds ago. There's layers, and that layers that we're digging in, they are not interested in. They are looking at surface level and surface level only because they don't quite give a damn like we do. They don't. It's not
was a
that
different
deep to
time.
them.
Yeah, it's not. And it was a different time. Imagine them letting, and me and Chill argued about this for 5 hours. Imagine them letting Steven Spielberg do Black Panther. They already knew, like, oh, we gotta get a black director. We can't go get, if they cared, they didn't go get the best. And no disrespect to Ryan, that's why I love Ryan. But they did not go and get the best of the best if y'all really believed in it or y'all really cared about it.
Spielberg did do The Color Purple though, so.
But you get what I'm saying?
And it felt like he did.
And I said Michael Bay, who did Bad Boys, not Spielberg.
No, but I'm just saying, in theory, if you really felt this way about Black Panther, and this is something that's been on my heart for all these years, you would have invested in it more. There would have been another level of care for it. So why do y'all feel like they would have this same level of care today? It's another thing. It's another thing on their notepad, and the only people that are advocating for it, unfortunately, I know y'all don't like Coogler, but he would be the only one to bring some level of care into it. Outside of, I know y'all don't like that he didn't recast, but they don't care. They don't really care.
Man, it is what I have been saying.
To answer your question, why would they care now? Is because they didn't expect it to make what it made, and it did. And so if for no other reason than to milk it for every dollar it's worth, you would think that they would try to maximize it. And so when you look at how they maximize other IPs, right? And again, none of those other IPs are black. So that's the extenuating circumstance. But again, just look at it flatly on how they build up other franchises. How did they build up Steve? How did they build up Tony? How did they build up Thor? It is a very flattened out process. There's a love interest involved. There is a rogues gallery of villains. There are supporting characters that propagate his story. And our black characters, Black Panther and otherwise, never get that. Never get that. We talk about this all the time. I bring it up. who is Rhodey's significant other? Who is Sam's significant other? Do they have kids? Do they even date? When they are not fighting in those suits, what do they do? Okay, because everybody else got a life. They got a long lost love. They got family. They got parents. They got kids. They got loved ones. And I guess Rhodey and Sam, when they're not attached to Tony and Steve, they just sitting in stasis. They sit in a pod until they're called.
They soldier boys. So when America needs them, you come to our rescue.
Every black character at Marvel, except for T'Challa, was the only one that made him 1.3.
But why? Think about that though. I know y'all don't like Coogler, but why was that? Because you had somebody who probably said, "This is what we're gonna do." Because you could have just had somebody white directed, and we could have had Black Panther running off doing his misuse.
I think Chadwick had a lot.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was Coogler that was one that was driving that.
Because Coogler wanted them to speak British.
Yeah. I was just about to say, there was that whole.
I think there's a common theme in Coogler's projects, though. There's a very common theme, and even though he do be killing people, I don't like when he kills people.
That's the common.
There's a common theme in what he wanted to do. But we could talk for hours. I don't want to take over y'all stream. I just wanted to say it's not clear to people. So if it's not clear to people in the comic book community, it ain't clear to the executives either, because all they looking at is numbers and dollars and cents. So that's all. And somebody said Matthew Cherry. That's my homeboy. They did Matthew wrong at HBO, but yeah, Matthew could have done it too.
So you identified a problem, and I agree with that. The problem that you identified. How do we fix the messaging? You did say you said to start a new petition. I don't know.
I think because ain't that what Daredevil people did? Because I think right now, based off of the petition that E-Man did, it's been what 4 or 5 years now. So now it's the talking points is now morphed into something else, because they obviously are hearing something and they're like, okay, we do got to have a Black Panther, because that's what they're hearing. We got to have a Black Panther. They're not hearing the T'Challa part. They're hearing we need a Black Panther. Y'all say y'all want a black man, so this is where we're getting. This is where we're getting T'Chanda. This is where we're getting Bashanga. This is where we're getting TJ from. So I believe in petitions. I believe in boycotting. It's not clear to people. I can tell you it's not.
No.
It's not. They don't get it because they don't care to get it.
Yup.
But executives never care to get it. No matter, I mean, they to make money. That is when you have your Ryan Cooglers, your James Gunns, your directors and your writers. That's their job to care. It's not Kevin Feige's job really to care. It's his job to run a studio and make money. That's why you got Rob Liefeld going off on his ass.
I could get behind that if Kevin Feige didn't care so much as he does, and he does care. The Fantastic Four, he has called one of his passion projects. He is excited. He is excited to start the mutant saga and foster that, and so he does. He is the president. He has to worry about money and all that kind of stuff. But Kevin Feige does care. As far as from what I can see, as far as these characters that he's invested in.
Exactly. That's the key word. He cares about what he wants to care about.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. He cares about what he's invested in. And it's not black characters. So it's like I've been saying, when everybody was getting mad at me at the beginning there, when I kept saying they don't care, they're not going to recast him. Then he's not. I even told the source, and he just thumbs it up. I said, I still don't see them bringing T'Challa back. I personally don't. My position has still remained on the situation, but
I think Marvel has always been fluid. I think they're always open to changes. It's just, are they hearing the changes? Are they understanding the changes? Are they processing? And who is your advocate? I used to tell Chill about this when we were covering the Jonathan Majors case. Who is the advocate standing in between what the audience wants and who's relaying stuff to Marvel for them to get it? Because if I'm Kevin Feige, I'm not down on Twitter seeing what y'all talking about. But if you have Winterbaum and you have Moore and you have the people coming in saying, okay, this is what we're hearing. That's where your advocates come in.
But see, I was told by even when I got that very first scoop deal from
you almost said his name.
about Damson. about Damson. I was told that they have, and Josh has said the same thing too on his streams, that they have certain people out here on Twitter, paying attention to what the overall audience is saying and things like that. Because that's when I was also told, so tell the crowd, don't stop with the hashtag recast T'Challa, all that kind of stuff. So if that is true, and they've got, now obviously Kevin Feige's not, he doesn't need to be, James doesn't need to be. So if that's true, I don't know why, what they're missing, because the recast T'Challa crowd that is using the hashtag, we are conveying exactly what we want. The people that are using the hashtag are saying exactly son of T'Chaka, So I don't know how they're missing it if they truly do have people out here in the field.
Look, we could talk about this for 4 hours. Like I said, I don't want to take over y'all stream, but that goes down into who is the people they have on social media.
That is true too.
Is it
Josh of Den of Nerds? If they're watching,
that is true too.
No.
If they're watching me, and I'm the one of the people that the guy who's on the field is watching, there's no miscommunication with the message. If you're watching Josh of Den of Nerds, then there is a miscommunication of the message. It is, any black will do.
Listen what I'm saying. I wish Dan the Man was up here so he can kind of talk about it a little bit more. There are people on social media who sees things. But is that PA? Is that personal assistant Billy Joe from Montana? Or is it Tyreek Hill from Miami? Like, who is it? Because if it's Billy Joe from Montana, yeah, I'm going back and I'm reporting, okay, they want Elizabeth Olsen and they really want Hugh Jackman back. You know what I'm saying? So there's layers to a lot. They definitely have people on social media who are those people. And that's where DEI kicks in, et cetera, a whole nother conversation. So
You just wanted to name drop your cousin.
That was the first black guy that came to mind. No, I'm thinking like the first black guy. I didn't even tell nobody that was my cousin. You just said that on the stream. That was just the first guy that came to my mind.
Yeah, she famous, y'all. She famous.
Bye, y'all. I'm finna go. I don't want to take over the stream. We need to do a separate stream where we can talk about the business of Disney. And
sure, I would love to.
Peace out. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna watch it on the stream. I gotta go give you something to eat. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Very insightful, quite important stuff to say. If the loudest voice or the biggest outlets, so we talked about new rock stars who, as I told you, if you write the word T'Challa in a comment section, the comment will not post. It's one of those blocked terms. If that's the loudest voice and Eric Voss is going, that's why it's important to get T'Challa back, and then he'll settle for a non-T'Challa substitute, we're cooked.
Well, they've all settled.
I just
they've
feel
all
like,
settled.
I feel like those same individuals, right, that are like, oh yeah, the T'Chanda or T'Junior, it's awesome. They're going to be the first ones to line up and drag that movie through the mud when it fails. If they're putting this arc, right, what we know to be Hickman's T'Challa arc for Secret Wars, if they're putting that on the back of Azuri or T'Junior or any other version of Black Panther that's not the Black Panther, right, it's not going to affect the same way. It's going to feel like you picked up someone's story and handed it to someone else the same way you did it in Wakanda Forever. So now we've graduated from the do they understand part of this, right? Let's act as if they don't understand. Okay. Then people really need to start adjusting their expectations. And I think some of this has already happened by way of how bad Marvel has been. But y'all really need to start like coming to terms with what it is you're going to see on screen. Because as hype as y'all got over the Marvel leaks, I seen a whole lot of Kate Bishop. I seen a whole lot of Wiccan and Speed. I seen a whole lot of Wong. I seen a lot of characters that y'all didn't give a shit about for the last two phases. That y'all told me was lackluster entertainment. What is Marvel doing? Disney TV sucks. And now we're getting concept art with all those same characters in Doomsday. And that's the Marvel win. That's what's going to eclipse Infinity War and Endgame with Kate Bishop and Wong. With Scar and She-Hulk?
I have been since said, and again, I am so glad others are starting to finally step into what I have been saying for the longest, into the reality of this. this may not be what we all want it to be, because they are not thinking the way that we are thinking. They have not shown anything, not anything, since Kevin Feige said what he said, since Nate has said what he said, since any of the little things that have come out from the studio about they have not given you any indication. And I'm sorry, I was trying to be positive today with the scoop, but they have not given any indication to any of us that they give a fuck about T'Challa, that they're going to recast T'Challa, that it's anything other than attached to Chadwick Boseman. They've not given us that. He's not in the cartoons. They fumbled on that by having what's his name get up there and say, oh well, in continuity and all that kind of bullshit. They fumbled it in Wakanda Forever. They're fumbling it in Eyes of Wakanda. They don't care like we care. They're not invested like we're invested. They are looking at it the exact same way that Jeff and everybody else is looking at it. It's a black guy. It's fine. It's a male. It's the Black Panther. We're all in. That's it for them.
Just remember who said it, so you can call them out when they try to bash the movie. I'm like, oh, it's not awesome. We're not cooking. We're not so back.
Right.
Or we're not.
Right.
Marvel's not so back anymore. That they tried a replacement character to lead the entire arc for Secret Wars and it failed. Oh, I thought we were so back.
No, and that's not, nobody's saying don't speak positively. Nobody's saying that. I speak positive and I have affirmations around my house. So nobody's saying that. But what I'm saying is I'm also a motherfucking realist. I'm a realist. I look at things as I'm looking at the way things are in the here, in the now, and you tell me. I'm legitimately asking this time. What in the here and the now has Marvel Studios given to you that they give a fuck about what we've been screaming about the last 5 years? I'm curious.
Your source.
Curious.
And one time Kevin Feige said it's way too soon to recast.
Hey, I gotta jump out, but I got a question for you guys before I go. What do you think is going on with Eyes of Wakanda? Like, do you think that's going to be like a platform like What If with the multiverse, and that's going to be like a platform to Black Panther 3? Or is it just some time travel shit? Like what do you guys think is going on with that?
I think they have a legitimate plan for it. At the time, I did not, but Tina made a very good point when we talked about it last weekend. She said, with the whole Azuri and T'Challa thing and blah blah blah, with that being a mantle swapping deal, the multiverse is still very much prevalent. It is canon to the multiversal saga. I don't know.
I think if minds were changed, they're changing now, like this week. That Eyes of Wakanda has been in development for 2 years, 3 years, however long it takes. Well, I'm not expecting anything positive coming out of that. I'm expecting more mantleization.
Also, it will be. Hey, where'd you get that? Where you get that from? Where you get that word from?
The mantleification of it?
Yeah.
The back of the bus. I was watching Josh. Josh is great with words.
That's insane. But we know that Marvel doesn't really take big swings either, right? And the last place that they're going to make big canon breaking swings is in an animated series that they don't plan on making money off of. So yeah, it'll probably annoy. It'll probably highlight other pieces of the Black Panther lore that we don't really care too much about. But I don't think they'll take it so far as to introduce something from Black Panther 3. And I can't see them taking that big of a risk. They're just not that type of company anymore.
And I did a very positive delusion stream today. I came in, I didn't mention it not once. Not once did I mention it. And I didn't plan on mentioning it today. But it got brought up.
Your information delusion.
All right.
If you need any other partners, we'll be happy to have you.
This is Jessica Clemens reviewing the latest the latest Invincible episode. An ad is playing, but that's what it was, okay? My comment is salute to Jessica. Here it is from 5 minutes ago. Hope you do the breakdown for Black Panther 3 when they finally recast T'Challa. That is nothing negative. I'm not swearing. I'm not anything wrong. If you guys go to New Rockstars on your channels, you won't see my comment because it contains these cursed words, recast T'Challa. That is New Rockstars, who recently we all saw him talk, Eric Voss talking about how it's time to recast. This character is really important. Recast something on this is blocked. And I'm sure it's not Jessica. So there is a word on this that will not show on your guys' page. Link is in the live chat right now. If you guys can go see for yourself, go to the newest comments from 5 minutes ago, and my comment's not up there. Are you guys both trying that, or you just take my word for it? I would like for you guys to do it. Do it. No, open it up, right click, and then present the screen because we got to see that.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna get new Rockstar video recommendations for like another week.
Jessica deserves it. We're going to.
I'm going to be positive. I'm going to try. I mean, I really try to. When I talk to y'all, I give y'all what I'm expecting everybody wants, and that's real. And I know, I like I said, I did a very positive stream today. It was very, very positive T'Challa stream. If you haven't seen it, I'd go see it. I didn't say anything negative about recasting, but I there are times where I just especially when I'm looking at it, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to bring anybody down. I'm not trying to break spirits or hope or anything like that. But I don't know. Again,
it was a morning show. I cannot stand you, Rockstars and Eric Voss. The shills irk my nerves. He's right. I don't see it. It's not there. Raymond says, "Is Jessica one of us?" No reason to believe
Google Gobble, one of us. Google Gobble, one of us.
She's on an island.
What movie is that from?
I thought you were doing Recess, the Kindergarteners.
Nope. Darius?
What?
From?
Oh, it's from Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street.
That guy gets it.
Yeah.
We have a super chat from Andre Ware. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Andre.
Cue the Wang.
Which one?
No, I'll go.
I'm trying to figure out which one I play. So many choices.
Dog, I cannot find it.
Because it doesn't exist.
You gon' think about me when I'm gone. I need that money like the ring I never won.
Wakanda Forever merchandise is still on sale.
That's a fact.
It is on clearance.
99 cents at Ollie's.
Big Box just closed where I was at here in Columbus, and their number one product selling was Wakanda Forever products.
See? Appreciate that, Andre. We got Mike. Hello, Mike.
Mike.
Turn on your mic.
Mike.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. It's been a day. First of all, Chill, I need that picture that you did of the Human Torches. I couldn't find it on your Twitter because I was trying to educate one of my customers earlier today because he didn't know what temporary representation was. So I had to literally sit there and Google Chris Evans and Michael B. and show him what it was. I'm like, why can't I just find the picture that you made? Because it's so much simpler.
You mean the one that's pinned on my Instagram? You couldn't find that one?
I didn't go to your Instagram. I went to Twitter.
Brother, even if you use temporary representation on Twitter, you would be able to find it. But don't worry. Just stay there. I'm going to show you something that you'll like even more, and you can show him it, okay? I'll look for it. Keep talking.
Well, he's not here anymore. I mean, it was earlier, but go ahead.
Have faith. What's the super?
What is it?
There's
Have faith. Super? Yeah, that's down there.
Have faith the Russos bring T'Challa again. If anybody does, it's going to be the Russos. But I mean, it doesn't seem that way at the moment.
Play a song.
Yeah. We shall see.
William Moloch said your post was temporarily represented on the new Rockstars page.
Yeah.
Juice I didn't see it there.
Sorry, Mike. What did you just say?
I was going to say I didn't see it there either.
All right. This is the next viral clip that Chillmonger is creating in the lab, and he wants to make it go huge. All right. Best Buy guy. Tell him.
You buy you a Simply Lemonade. How long is that going to last in your fridge? A couple days, maybe? That's the juice. How long does barbecue sauce last in your fridge? A while. That's the sauce, man. It sticks around. It's thick. It's hard to move. I'm telling you, there's a difference.
Listen to the Best guy. Best Buy guy knows that's the sauce. We don't do these Wonder Main race swaps, but are they watching us? Are the people out on the field watching the Chillmonger YouTube channel and getting that feedback of what is real representation? Or are they going, well, you just put Ironheart in the movie, you know, Monica, she satisfied that in Captain Marvel 2. We didn't give her superhero name, but we did it. Like, who are you listening to when you're looking for representation tips? Wonder Main is not it. That's the juice. The sauce is forever.
I keep forgetting that is a show. That is a show. I keep
Yeah,
forgetting.
it's a real show that we're getting that's going to be on TV.
And they think they're representing.
But see, here's the thing. Wonder Man isn't a A-list character. He isn't even B or C. Nope. I wouldn't even. He barely scrapes by in D. So
you're going to justify the race swap? It's still not authentic representation. Sorry, I jumped in. Continue. Sorry.
I am on your side in some aspects, but like they do me a favor, Chill. I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to read the Wikipedia page for White Tiger, and if you want to see a character who is apparently it was the first Hispanic character in the Marvel universe or whatever, the way they do him in the comics, you might see some sort of similarities between him and Black Panther in the movies.
Okay.
But I think, and I mean, I can only see back in the 90s after we invaded Afghanistan, George Bush had a press conference and somebody asked him, they said, hold on, I have a point. They said to him, how do you think the rest of the world is going to feel about you invading another country? And he like, well, I'd like to think that I've built some political capital that they at least give me a shot to let me see what, what I'm going to do, or how the kids today say, let me cook. So basically what happened was Kevin Feige for me has that. So I will say that as a non-melanated person, I would see him deferring to the people who are actually melanated or his friends making this decision for, what they were going to do with Chadwick and, well, T'Challa, actually. So maybe Nate Moore, what is he? What was he? He was a producer, executive producer?
Yeah, executive producer.
So if you wanted to say, I've never had a corporate job, thank God. But in the corporate world, I hear it's very cutthroat and there's no allegiances. It's, I guess, kind of like a episode of Game of Thrones all the time, whatever, where you have to watch your back. But if you were trying to elevate your position, wouldn't you want to take the person out that's ahead of you by giving them bad advice? Yeah, you know what? They don't like T'Challa. Get rid of T'Challa. They don't care about that character.
Damn.
And he's like, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to, because Nate knows more about the Black community than I do, clearly, because he's Black. I'll listen to him. And then he has Kevin go out there because the role, he was so good in it. We've decided we're not going to bring the character back. It's never going to come back. And he's the one out there looking like an entire fool in front of everybody, while Nate's in the back like, we got this. Now, as far as Coogler, he did Fruitvale. Was it Fruitvale Station?
Yep.
Yes, he also did Creed. So he was an up and comer. I can see them using him because he's an up and comer. Once he was established, though, I don't think that they would have used him, because at that time they wanted to use people that they could enforce their Marvel method for, the way the way they make their movies and stuff like that.
The same way they did Nia DaCosta.
Yeah. And they tried with Joss Whedon too, even though he was established with Buffy. But so that's all. But
what about this? If we're looking at intentions, and yeah, Nate Moore could have that evil intention. That's a theory. What about Wakanda Forever's or Black Panther 2 is coming in 2022. If we delay it, that's a paycheck that a lot of us are not going to have. I'm not going to delay this movie. I'm not going to cost myself a paycheck. Actor died, whatever. We're gonna just do our new movie. We're not gonna switch dates. We're not gonna do the smart thing, which is delay plans because our lead actor died. And for the paycheck, they went on with the second Black Panther movie.
But see, weren't they also already dealing with like escalating things because of the pandemic and all that? I think that was also a factor too. It wasn't just, screw it, we're doing it my way.
Giving them the birth to delay the movie
Delay even more,
to stay off. Yeah, like if they wanted to use that as an excuse, it's not an excuse to expedite the process. That's the one to take a break. But I like what you said about actually doing that. But go ahead, Darius.
Never mind. It really wasn't that important.
I was gonna say I like what you said about Nate potentially doing that to Kevin, because if Kevin then sees the results of the movie, sees the the kind of reception that the second film is getting, and that it's not universally loved by the blacks the way that Nate promised him, then is that a fireable offense? Is that, hey, you were my guy, you were supposed to set me up here, you're supposed to lead me in the right direction, and it seems like you were trying to headhunt my position. Now you gotta go.
Well, see, he wouldn't even say that. He wouldn't even say that, because then it would seem like, see, this is you guys' fault, because you elevated this movie to like the next level. This is past, like, this is beyond the thresholds of a normal comic book movie. And like, this is what happened with Black Panther. This is why I think that made it all the more possible for something like that to happen, or this whole thing to happen now too, because they keep like, I know y'all keep comparing this to Ross and all that, but like there's no, like, T'Challa does not equal Ross at all. William Hurt does not equal like they're not even in the same league. Like, again,
the equation,
they may not be in the I'm sorry, on this one I'm sorry, they may not be in the same league, but William Hurt has been in the MCU since 2008. How many times have we seen him appear in several different Marvel projects as Thunderbolt Ross, and that being, and some of them being significant projects as Thunderbolt Ross, especially in Civil War. So he has played a major role in the MCU, regardless of his, obviously he's not as big as a actor or name as Chadwick Boseman, but the character itself has played a big role. So if we are so willing to just recast that character, we should have recasted the character. William Hurt wasn't even putting $1.3 billion in your pocket.
That's why, and I don't disagree. You didn't have people showing up and showing out for, William Hurt's in here, let's go see it with Thunderbolt Ross. We got to represent. Like, I mean, that wasn't happening either. But it's just hold on, this is doing that. Okay. I don't know. I mean, if you added up all the total screen time that Ross was in those movies, I mean, you'd barely have a half hour, maybe even less.
I think you can do the same with Chad.
I was going to say about the same as Chadwick Boseman, outside of his introduction in Black Panther. But outside of that, it was about around 30 minutes.
Even counting Black Panther?
No. Outside of Black Panther.
Outside. Outside.
Infinity War, the little bit he was in Endgame, Winter Soldier, and Civil War.
That's it. Oh, Civil War. I thought you said that one.
Black Widow?
That's Thunderbolt Ross.
Okay. I wasn't listening. That's why I said that. I thought we were talking about Ross. Yeah, man. Oh, I got a super chat from Brian Fisher. I think you guys read it, right? Have faith that the Russos bring T'Challa again. I have faith in Joe and Anthony. Not enough faith, though.
It will literally dissipate if there's anyone else in that suit. Because I can excuse a lot of people going the convoluted route of not just changing universes, but going to a whole nother universe to find a whole nother person. But the one I won't excuse Joe and Anthony. You're not going to, on one hand, tell me you're using Hickman's Secret Wars, and then that's what you're going to do to it. You're going to bastardize it. Nah. Mm-mm.
Might not be up to them. Maybe they think what everyone else thinks. Black Panther, he's black, he's a male. The kids will be motivated.
They wouldn't come.
I told you. Well, never mind. Let me not say that. Never mind. I'm gonna continue to.
But see, like Darius he said last week too, and I've been having conversations with like a lot of the customers about that. Like, I don't understand how they're going to make like whoever they use. Like, I mean, they haven't. I think they said they started shooting in April, and they haven't listed what characters are going to be in there and all other stuff. But like, it's not going to be as relevant as Infinity War and Endgame because there's no build up to it. We're going to have Daredevil, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four, and then it's going to go straight into those movies. Like that's a saga. Those movies, especially Secret Wars, like, I mean, you need the entire universe for that. Like, and this is fractured. Like, the fan base is fractured. All of this stuff, it's just they have a lot of heavy lifting that they're going to need to do, and all of that capital they've built up, I think it's going to be bankrupt by the time it gets done.
And then you add to that fact that the biggest one of those titles that you named, Fantastic Four, is a almost completely isolated film. So that's out of those 4 projects that you named, one of them is almost completely eliminated from adding towards that anticipation that you're talking about. It can't.
I would even say Thunderbolts as well. I'd say Thunderbolts as well. Thunderbolts has nothing to do with the multiverse.
I think there's going to be something probably towards the third act of Thunderbolts that ties it back towards the rest of what's going on with the saga. I think
it's the asterisk. I think it's just
how about maybe with Sentry, like the Void, instead of like a Void, it could be like multi thing. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. That as he comes into who he actually is, not Bob Reynolds, but the Century and encompasses the Void, that will probably tie in somehow to the Secret War side.
It won't make him a better character, but it'll tie into it definitely.
Right.
Hey Mike, where is this with the American flag, not a cloud in the sky? Where am I right now?
Oh, that's an old ass picture.
Well, you mentioned your shop. I wanted people to know at Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Shout out to Rogue Comics.
Oh, look, you got the Black Panther poster up too, right there in the left, and the Agents of Wakanda. Very inclusive.
Yeah, they don't last too long because they fade because it's facing the sun, and like you can see the Fantastic Four poster there.
Yeah, very dilapidated.
Very dope.
Yeah.
If you are in Connecticut, go spend. Go buy some stuff.
Definitely do. Go check that out. Go support for sure because we appreciate Rogue Comics. He is here often, a lot, supporting us. So support us for sure.
And I try to pass along the knowledge too. Like this kid did not. I told him I was using temporary representation. He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, you don't even know, son. Bro, Mike was like, "You don't even know, son. Let me show you something."
Thank you, Mike. We got 2 others in the group who are waiting to come in.
Mike.
We got Quincy. Hello, Quincy.
Yo, what's going on? Y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Good. What up, Chill? What up, Darius? What up, Marcus? What's up, man?
What's going
So
on?
look, I got a curveball. This is only one concern that I have. Now, Trevante Rhodes is always my number 1 pick for the T'Challa, right? And then, of course, I was a fan of Snowfall, so then Damson kind of jumped up there pretty high. If it can't be Trevante Rhodes, so I think Damson been my number 1 for a minute, right? But there's only one caveat that kind of been in the back of my mind that I'm not sure if people considered this, right? So the first Black Panther movie, that was a celebration across a number of accords, right? From old school actors to the new school actors, from across the diaspora, the American actors to the Caribbean, with Baku, to the African actors. And so and of course with the male and female, there was a good balance between male and female. So they kind of hit all notches of representation across the diaspora, and that's partly why I feel like it was so big, right?
Okay.
And of course, the males kind of took a hit in the second one, and that kind of sparked a lot of conversation, a lot of back and forth, right? Now, this is my concern with Damson, right? As much as he is my number 1, my only concern is that, like the second movie, where there was a lack of males in the movie, and that just sparked a lot of arguments, a lot of back and forth. I am concerned with Damson being Nigerian, that this will go from being a celebration of the diaspora to a celebration of Nigerians specifically, and we all, y'all can pretend like y'all don't see them conversations, but we all know it can be some ugly conversations that pop up. And I'm just concerned that, like the second movie with gender, this third movie with the diaspora wars will probably kind of, it just put a monkey wrench or throw a monkey wrench in the solidarity that we saw with the first one that kind of really hit all markers damn near perfectly. So that was my only 2 cents, man. That's just my concern. I'm not sure if people even thought about that, but that's been my only concern. I really want to keep it of everybody celebrating us all, and I could just see real quick that it
I gotta
turned
answer
into
you. Worrying about it is giving oxygen to that fire. I'm going to be an obstacle to that diaspora wars. I happen to be rooting for Ayanu, which is Nigerian based, with the Children of Blood and Bone, which happens to be Nigerian based. Not once am I going to bring up that these guys are they're not FBA, or they're not Caribbean, or they're not East Africa, North Africa. I don't care to do that stuff. We're giving an air.
One person though. I'm just saying.
Also, I was gonna say that's just you though. There are people out there that Damson even said it. Damson said it himself whenever he had that interview with a girl. He said they hate me, and I'm actually Nigerian. He said they don't want. Yeah, so I get it. I get what you're saying.
And it's a real thing. It's a palpable thing, right? I think the fact that it wasn't a great. Damson played an American figure, or at least copied the likeness of an American figure before. And I didn't see the natural pushback to that. Now, again, he's copying Freeway Rick Ross. So it's not like it's some honorable figure that he's playing in Snowfall. But at the same time, you do kind of see that trend of British actors, getting American roles, and there being some sort of backlash to that. That hasn't really followed Damson, right? He's played a lot of roles where he's played an American, and it had that kind of that stink around it hasn't followed him too much. So I think on him personally, he's found a way to kind of stay out of that for the most part. And then number 2, when you talk about fantasy, especially when you talk about Black people in fantasy, it almost feels like if it's not going to be a hodgepodge group, then it's probably not going to happen at all. You know what I mean? So from that standpoint, I think you could probably pick and prod with a lot of projects like that. You could probably pick, if somebody was really in their feels about Michael Blackson being in next Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that's just necessarily isolated to that one perspective. A lot of people could feel that way, but it's not something that we see all the time. I think, like they said, we can kind of curb some of that, right? We can curb some of that attitude by not engaging in it, right? As on an individual level. And we have a concerted effort of trying to keep that love that you talked about and keeping that positivity without participating in the back and forth. Because at the end of the day, this is a movie, right? We can do that about any number of things that actually affect our everyday lives. This is supposed to be escapism. This is something we're supposed to be getting away from,
During the World Cup the last time around, Morocco was the African team to get really popular and get far. The time before that, it was Ghana. What was the other team? Some other teams did it too. Maybe it was South Africa, who I'm thinking about. But everyone rallied around. Even when France made it all the way to the finals, happened to be a mostly African team, everyone, at least in my circles, everyone I know in real life, were like not worried about, but which country? It was all just, everyone's Black, let's go, let's support. That mentality needs to continue more than the division, the diaspora wars, like you put it, Quincy.
True. I feel like I said, it's just stuff kind of it's been a thing lately. There's been a big thing lately. But outside of that, one thing I thought about, I'm not sure if y'all even mentioned it too. So is it Doomsday or Secret Wars that comes out first?
Doomsday.
And that's next July, right? July 2026, right?
Unless they delay it, yeah.
Right. If it comes to fruition that Damson truly is T'Challa and he's in that movie, the energy of that is gonna spill right over into Children of Blood and Bone. That comes out the following January.
Yeah.
So
that would be nuts.
It'd be a big thing, man. It'd be a big thing, man.
There's a reason why Damson Idris' Twitter account is suspended right now. He deactivated it.
And look, Damson been real low key. He's been real low key after Snowfall. I mean, I think he was in that one movie with Anthony Mackie on Netflix. He had the one scene with Chloe with the back shots. And then
what was that show? Yeah, we reviewed
the killer lady, the killer girl.
Yeah. Damn, now it's gonna bother me until I.
Yeah, and then I think he's supposed to be in the movie with Brad Pitt in a few months.
Yep.
So he's kind of been low key, given how big of a profile he got off of Snowfall, and the whole time I've been in the back of my mind, I'm like, they got him already because he too low key, given the hype that he got. So he got to be locked in already. Got to be. So
it's him, but is him T'Challa?
You already know, man. Hey, look, I'm not with the child. I'm not with the Haitian kid. I need D T'Challa. I didn't come to. Look, let me tell you one more thing about the kid. Just because I listed all three of y'all, right? And this is one point that I think everybody keeps missing about the kid, right? Disney has free reign to do anything that they want to do with that kid because he's a brand new character and he has no history, right? But the bonus for Disney is that kid will also get all the influence, excitement, and popularity of T'Challa, right? Mm-hmm. So now you have. For us,
I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Right. Nothing for kids. I got a 9-year-old man. He knew all the Tobey Maguires. He knew all of them, right? Mm-hmm. But for kids, they see a quote unquote T'Challa, Black Panther. So pretty much Disney pretty much will have a character that has global influence, but they can do whatever they want to do with that character because it's a brand new character. And to me, that's the scariest part because people keep saying, well, we want to see T'Challa and Storm. And I'm saying, well, if it's the kid, how do you even know if the kid's straight? We don't know. We don't know nothing about the kid. So all this
that's not my first worry, but okay.
No. I'm just saying, like that's one of the storylines, T'Challa and Storm.
He's saying, how would you get there?
Any of the they assume he's going to get all these storylines. Like these are all assumptions because we don't know anything about the kid. So that's what I'm saying. And T'Challa and Storm is what everybody wants. I'm like, y'all don't even know what the kid's going to be. We don't know nothing about him because he's a brand new, 100% brand new character.
It's a very appealing movie business decision because some of these characters are going to return in 100 years. You're going to return to public domain or they'll appear on public domain. A character who debuted in 1966 or 2022. Which one is, which one should we really back? We'll have 100 years worth of Toussaint. I can see the business decision. We got to be really strong at rejecting the character.
Also, there is a counter to that, though. It's not just a straight up, we get to start over, so now it's all ours. The reason why they bought that character in the first place is because it has an established fan base. It does have history that people will come back and pay for. Yeah. We've seen them try to implant their character into an already established franchise. It was called Rey. And when they did it, it lost money every time they put her on the screen. Okay, it did not significantly replace Luke Skywalker. It didn't give children a new Skywalker to follow for generations to come. Now they're continuing
even call it as Skywalker.
You know what I'm saying? Like they've tried this already. Okay,
I'm with you, man.
It's not like even I won't say that they're not going to do it. What I will say is that recent history says it's probably going to fail and pretty miserably. Right, like
the only pushback I would give to that is this is specifically a black character, and Rey is a white woman. They got countless of those.
Yeah, but they can't do it with a white woman.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out. With a white woman. Hear me out. Hear me out, man. As much as I'm against the kid, I'm telling you, man, if we see a grown up dude in a Black Panther suit putting in work, I'm talking about Civil War work, putting in work, I'm telling you, it's gonna win over a lot of people that honestly most and the truth is most people aren't even Black Panther fans. They Wakanda fans. That's really the biggest problem in this whole thing. We don't have our big fictitious African fantasy worlds. We don't really have them like that in mainstream movies, and Wakanda is one of the few. So a lot of people have latched on to Wakanda itself and just don't bypass T'Challa, just to skip right over him. So that's what I'm saying. Like that, it's a few hurdles that was going through, and that's why I could see, hey, if they did up as much as I don't want them to, if they did do it, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people roll with it and got excited for it.
So,
and even me, I'd be transparent. As much as I would hate it, it's hard for me to not get excited seeing a grown ass black man putting in work like that. It's hard.
I hear you,
So
but it's not that easy though, right? It's not that easy, and we know it's not that easy because we've seen it try to be redone. Like just put someone in the suit and vaguely repurpose. It's literally what they just did with Shuri. They just tried to do that with Shuri. So why are we to believe that they're going to be able to do it so much more effectively to the point that they're going to win over all of us by giving us this new character? If we couldn't get it right with Shuri, why are they going to be able to make him look so much better than they did with Shuri? It's still not the guy. And that's what we're getting. That's not what he's doing. It's not the adventures. It's not the affiliations. It's the guy. It's the character.
I'm with you. I'm telling you, people have a low threshold of what they accept for entertainment these days. I mean, Tyler Perry is a big.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Now that's a good counter argument. They have lowered their expectations. Sure.
But yeah, hey man, I just wanted to drop a couple of those points, man. Appreciate everything. I keep watching, man. Love y'all.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you, Quincy. Reign of C. Hello. Same thing that we talked about with everyone else, man. There's a new report coming from Darius' source. Nate Moore, confidence in him is lost. And Feige's one of the good ones, man. If anything, we need to be a little bit more hopeful. We shouldn't be mad at all in capital letters. And we need to protect Kevin Feige.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We need.
I don't know nothing about that. What's good, chill, Marcus, Darius?
What up, dog?
Hello.
What's going on? What's
good? I promise not to be as long as the last guy. Before I address what I came on for, what did you say? He didn't want Damson to start a diaspora war? Well, that's Ryan Coogler's whole MO. In the first movie, it was a diaspora war between African Americans and Africans. That was Killmonger's whole, ideology.
That was
the second movie. He had what Telecons, which were Mexican Mesoamericans versus Africans, right? Okay, and then he introduces Toussaint, right? What is Toussaint? He's Haitian. So it was going to be Haitian versus Africans now. So that's Ryan Coogler's whole creative, whatever goes on in his mind. That's the perspective that he always presents in his movie. Some kind of conflict, racial or family conflict, inter-family conflict. So, but I don't know anything about those reports. Basically, what you saw me put on Twitter is trying to make sense of the supposed leaks of in Doomsday or Secret Wars, whatever that picture is that you guys says is Damson. First of all, that guy doesn't even look like Damson at all whatsoever.
Not even a little bit. You don't think it look like
you are out of your mind?
He looks like the Eddie. Who's Darwin? And
he does not look like. I saw that post. Was that you that was perpetuating that post? No, he don't look nothing like him.
He looks exactly like that guy. I don't know what y'all talking about. That dude looks like a 50-year-old. Yeah, put him up. He looks exactly like that guy.
Is it bad if I think he could be both? Like
I don't think that looks like Damson whatsoever.
In them, I can see both of them in that concept art for sure.
Yeah, it's concept art. Who cares? Damson Idris' Twitter account. Yeah. Is Eddie Getzige's Twitter account blocked and suspended right now? No.
Eddie doesn't have time for that shit. He's Mr. Terrific. He's busy doing terrific shit in DC.
He might have a minor role in over there in DC. We don't know.
Man,
what if he stabbed James in the back and said, "That Superman movie sucks. I'm going to Marvel."
Right. But I want to present this idea, right? So let's say that it kind of piggybacks off of what I already said on Twitter. But let's go with Azuri is in Doomsday or Secret Wars, right? And then you fast forward to the Black Panther 3 movie, right? That's supposed to come after Secret Wars. So if Secret Wars is really resetting the entire MCU as we know it, right? They can do a recast of T'Challa if that's how they go about it, right? Because we don't know who Denzel Washington is playing whatsoever, right? For him to play a villain in a one-off, I don't think that looks good as far as like an MCU legacy. I'm not sure if he wants to play a villain or want to live like wants to present like a positive image, especially him being Chadwick's mentor, I guess, for
and benefactor,
whatever amount of years, right? So my whole thing was trying to make sense of that. And the Russo bros, I know me and Darius gotten whatever you want to call it, back and forth, whatever. The Russo bros and Ryan Coogler do have to marry their continuity somehow, so that makes sense. So I don't see how Toussaint goes into Doomsday in Secret Wars and then comes out and then they age him up and then now he's the Black Panther. I know that all the popular, MCU commentary channels say that, but that does not work whatsoever. Especially,
I don't think they have
they're
to talk
introducing
to Ryan though.
Azuri, maybe not, but Kevin Feige wants continuity, right? And if the new MCU is about bringing all the prime, integral ingredients, meaning the characters that we know it, in the 616, you have to have T'Challa. Now, I know some people get technical and say, "Oh, T'Challa is still going to be T'Challa because he's the son of T'Challa, even though his name is Toussaint." Whatever you said. Whatever. That doesn't work. So I don't see why they would do that, and I don't see why they would not recast T'Challa if that is the route that they're going.
Do you pay money for a movie ticket? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you pay for a movie ticket, Cornelius, to see the Black Panther 3 movie if they aged up Toussaint and it wasn't actually T'Challa?
No, I would not. Personally, no.
Yeah. Okay. I hope you're listening, Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm not. Normie though. So normies probably would do that.
They definitely would. I'm not over at obviously Marvel or anything like that. So I'm just saying it from what I think their perspective is. Why we're hearing that the child is going to be aged up.
Is your source like a former writer or director, or is that too much?
Are they still under the umbrella? If they're still there, we don't want to talk about where their position is. Are they still inside?
Good answer, yes. Darius.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
So again, I'm not over at Marvel. I'm not in these conversations. I'm just coming from what I think their perspective is. The reason we're hearing these scoopers and these platforms say that the child is going to be aged up and things like that is because I don't believe that it is going to be the Toussaint from the current universe. I believe it'll be a Toussaint, if it is going to be Toussaint at all, whoever it's going to be, it'll be a Toussaint from a different universe. The kid is not. I don't.
So does that mean there's an older Okoye, there's an older Shuri?
Anything is possible in the multiverse. They have made it so abundantly clear that anything that they do on their screen or on their shows is possible within their multiverse. And no, it does not make sense. But as far as Ryan talking to the Russos with his film coming after the reboot, I don't feel that they have to speak to him. Your film takes place in a rebooted universe where things are going to be some things different, some things the same, some new characters, some old characters. So you are free to do whatever you're going to do in the soft reboot. What we do to get to that soft reboot has nothing to do with you.
But then how does he then insert the to Junior back into whatever universe? That's why
that's why I don't believe it's the kid. I don't believe it's the kid either. I think it's going to be what everybody's been recently saying, grandfather.
This is a way they can do it. The Russos can set Black Panther 3 up, and Ryan Coogler would have to do with whatever they give him. Basically, is how they can do that. If they want to recast, they can kind of force feed them a recast and say, okay, this is the remnants of what we got from Secret Wars. Now take this and do something with it.
Run with it. Yeah.
I almost wish that was true. because that's the alley oop they gave him. Remember with the first round, right? We got T'Challa in, was it Civil War or was it Winter Soldier? No, it was
I never
Civil
thought
War.
about it like that. Yeah, they did tee him
And
up.
then they gave him the alley oop, and then now they can do it again. So I mean, will they do it that way? Who knows? But I think that's the best. That's why I said, like, this stuff is not as complicated as people are making it, talking about aging up and all that kind of stuff. Remember in Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, not every iteration that came into it wasn't Doomsday in the comics. Time runs out in Secret Wars. They didn't come out the same way. It was a whole, reset. And really, the whole point of that comic that comic run was to have the Ultimates comics merge into the main timeline, and really what we got from that was Miles Morales. So, Miles Morales in the 616.
About T'Challa's grandfather, could it be like sometimes I would say something like, we don't want Toussaint. Toussaint's not a comic book character. There's nothing there to invest in. Does Nate Moore watch my stream and go, oh, well, then I'll do the grandfather of T'Challa, who is a comic book character. See, that's all that we need to do. It's not T'Challa, and it's a comic book character. Like, do you think that's a response? This whole T'Chanda love?
I think there's a lot of emphasis that has been put on him lately. You have this video game. You have what we're going to see him in, or whoever watches Eyes of Wakanda. He's going to be in Eyes of Wakanda. There's just a lot of focus, and even though that wasn't him in '97, you still went out of your way to do someone that wasn't T'Challa. You did T'Chaka. And who was it in What If? I didn't watch. Was it Azuri or T'Chaka?
And What If?
It's T'Chaka. I don't know. Hell, maybe they do T'Chaka shit. I don't know.
Anything to de-emphasize the main character of the franchise, I'm gonna take issue.
Back to life before T'Challa. Shut up.
Listen. If we're getting T'Chaka, guys, that means we're getting T'Challa. I'm not trying to be like this super optimistic.
You gonna have him all again? You gonna conceive him again?
Saying. Yeah, it's a different T'Chaka. I mean, it's a different world.
We don't have time for this. They about to regrow T'Challa? The hell is this?
Hey, bro.
That's incredibly stupid, but it's also something they do.
Would you rather do that, have a rebirth, or would you rather go with Toussaint? I mean, come on, just
rebirth.
Give me.
Hey. I don't want no parts of this.
I think I'd have to check out.
Bro, why are people so stubborn?
Are y'all serious?
Marvel? Why is it between that
Yes,
and
man. How long would we have to wait for this kid to be T'Challa, bruh? I would be taking my grandkids.
That's the best option.
When I was y'all's age, I saw T'Challa. Y'all got to watch him grow.
If that's what they mix and give us, and they pour it out, and we get T'Chaka again, hey, that means we're getting T'Challa.
Again, we're going through a whole nother universe to find this character's daddy, just so that he can reconceive his baby.
Yeah.
And we can wait and watch T'Challa grow from infant all the way to grown man.
And maybe a teenager. Maybe he's a teenager.
Yeah. They'll do speed it up. They will, but it's just crazy, and it's the lengths that they would go to finally get to recast T'Challa. It's insane, but it's everything we've been hearing from them. Aside from the most recent report, we should not worry. Everything we've been hearing, this is right down that line.
I mean, if you're going to go to another universe to try to find Toussaint, then then that tracks. That tracks.
They really may bring him back in. I also had, which I'm not being negative, so I don't want anybody to. I'm not being negative. I'm just saying I also had that theory where I thought that he could be dead.
Is that whole thing gears for me? Being negative.
Dead in every universe is crazy.
He's not dead in every. That's crazy.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying that is just on par with Marvel Studios. It is.
I watched X-Men 97. He was dead, or he didn't exist in 97.
So okay, so
makes sense, right? Why would
maybe I'm being delusional? Maybe I'm being delusional. Maybe I'm being too optimistic. I think they want to bring back T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, in a grand way. So maybe that's why they're doing that. I'm not sure, but that's just the optimistic side of me trying to find something to positive to think about it. Maybe not.
At this point, they would
But-
break the internet, but Marvel hasn't done that in years. They have not
it
taken
truly-
a swing
it
like
truly
that.
would.
And that's
It
why they
truly
might
would.
be trying to keep it under wraps. You know, who knows?
Don't
But-
keep that under wraps. If you
I
really
don't-
want to make people happy and love your brand, announce that crap. So like before the movie comes out, if you say T'Challa's back, you actually get people like me and many of us creators.
Post credit scene. It can be a post credit scene. So we get the hype of the post credit scene like they used to have it. And then now you're anticipating that's the advertisement for the next Black Panther.
But you do that.
I
You do
think
that in what film are we doing a post credit scene with T'Challa?
Secret Wars.
So it
Secret
depends
Wars?
on when you want to bubble. If you want a bubble going into Secret Wars, you probably need that post credit scene to have happened, or just a straight up announcement, like you said by now, right? If you're trying to make that recasting be a staple of your next era, like outside
Yes.
beyond Secret
Yes.
Wars,
Yes.
that may not be a bad thing.
Do you know how many people
Yes.
now I'm just playing again, devil's advocate here. Do you know how many casuals are going to be like, because again, it's kind of like Tina says all the time. I've shown it on my streams. You go to those posts on Instagram and things like that with some of those people where they shared Aldous Hodge as Black Panther, or actually it wasn't even Aldous Hodge yet. They didn't have the AI picture. They had just the picture of Chadwick and said there's rumors of a recasting. How do we feel about that, cousins? And everybody, damn near everybody in there was like, oh no, they've done that. That's it. Did you not watch the second movie? All
Viral
that
moments
bullshit.
mean more than whatever fake morals you put online. People lie about how they feel online. Most of those people are normies. Most of those people think they know what the general audience wants. They think they know
cares
what
what
comic
normies
book
think?
fans want. They are following what Disney Marvel is leading them to say. If they go into Doom Wars, if they go into Secret Wars, and a post-credit scene pops up with Damson Idris, and he says, "Hello, Shirley, I have missed you so much." They are going to scream, they're going to cry, they're going to clap, they're going to go buy another ticket to watch it again. They're going to talk about it on the internet. They're going to talk about it on that same app that you were just talking about.
I agree with you.
They are going to lose their shits because
They are.
people are shit.
But we live in a hate everything culture where they're going to they're going to get online. They're going to be people. Marvel hates Chadwick Boseman. They promised they weren't gonna. Telling you,
I don't believe that. I don't believe
They're not going
that
to do that.
sentiment
Darius.
is that strong. Now you will have a crowd that does bring up the fact that they said they would never recast it. I think they're going to get drowned out by the pure excitement of it.
They don't know that Kevin Feige said we'd never recast, and that's why we don't. They don't know that clip. We know that clip. We watched that Investors Day 2020 presentation. They don't. No one knows that stuff. And the farther we get from the death of Chad, which is 5 years ago now, the easier it is to.
I'm not
have an
saying
emotional response.
the entire crowd. I'm not saying the entire crowd. I'm saying there's going to be a small fraction of people that are going to do that. They're going to be
Let
very
them.
loud with it.
They'll be
Now,
very loud that they're against the greatest black character ever. That's how loud they'll be, and that's what they'll be against.
now, do they? I don't know. Again, I'm not being against it at all. I think sometimes it comes off that I'm being against it. My thing is, I want to more so prep people for when you do sit down, if it isn't what we all want it to be. I just don't want anybody to be like, because I never mind. I'm at it. Yeah. So
You want people to be pleasantly surprised and not immensely disappointed.
yeah,
You know what makes
I
me
would prefer.
pleasantly surprised? Super chat.
Optimus Prime.
Well, Nemo. Anyone else surprised they haven't thrown money at Michael B. Jordan to play a variant Eric? That's the current Black Panther. Michael, you're forgetting something. He's been in every production, even Space Jam 2. Michael B. Jordan is going to be appearing in the third Black Panther. He'll be a picture on the wall. He'll be a flashback. He'll be a hallucination. He's in that movie.
I think
I'll
it would
resurrect
be
them
hard
like they did in
for-
comics.
I think
I really. No, go, Marcus.
I was gonna say I think it'd be hard for them to double back on the nobody can beat Chadwick. We're so hurt that he's gone, and then have somebody from that cast reprise his role. Now that would be insane. So we couldn't recast. We had to shoot a whole movie without him. But Michael B. Jordan, somebody from y'all's cast, somebody who was part of the whole we feel too much to recast, can play him.
Right. Not happening.
I can't wait for us to get to the I'm ready for him to wrap Sinners up. I'm ready for him to go on this press because I'm ready for the speculation to end. I'm ready for just answers because I'm ready for answers because I can report on some real shit. I'm ready for some answers.
Straight.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's gonna be too soft. We can talk, and that's how we're gonna do it.
Reign of C, we're glad that you were able to join, but you've been recasted because Paul from the Black Comic Lords just snuck in. You got 3 minutes, Paul, before we end the stream.
Oh, well, I just saw you guys on. I was like, hey, I'd like to be on a discussion too. You guys,
of course.
Paul.
Talked about having Michael B. Jordan come back. 2 words: resurrection altar.
Why not?
Chillmonger. That's how he comes back in the comic books. That solves all problems, right? You just bring him back. If they did something smart, which is kind of emulate the storyline from the Doom War comic books, and because think about what's going on right now. Shuri's in Haiti in the movie. What's his face? M'Baku is now king of Wakanda, or running Wakanda, what have you. And he's from a sect, the Jabari, who are kind of anti-technology, anti-outside world, which emulates the storyline of the story in the Doom War storyline, right? So he's in control. His people, that he's running the country his way, and they want to bring back the old ways, the tradition, what have you, and they want to get rid of all the technology. And Shuri's not in the country anymore. That's a perfect storyline to segue in, and then explore the spirituality of things, because that has yet to be explored. Wakanda's spirituality hasn't been explored yet. When Shuri took the heart-shaped herb and became the Black Panther, she skipped all the rituals. She's like, I just want to take the thing. If I die, just make sure I don't die. So the whole meeting with Bast and the Jalia, she didn't get to meet. When she went to the ancestral plane, she didn't see all the previous Black Panthers like T'Challa did.
She did not.
All she saw was Killmonger. I said Killmonger.
Killmonger.
So that has yet to be explored. We've not seen Bast in the Black Panther movie yet. 2 movies, still no Bast, right?
They cut her out of Thor: Love and Thunder.
She didn't even have a speaking role in Thor: Love and Thunder. So that whole side of things has not been explored. And I think that's and then Shuri's in I did a whole video on this. Shuri's in Haiti, and who's our most famous Marvel character out of Haiti?
Brother Voodoo?
Dr. Voodoo. Not Brother Voodoo. Dr. Voodoo, goddammit.
I was just talking to Sean on the Comics Pals about this, and they said you can't not call him a doctor. You're supposed to respect the achievement of becoming a doctor. But I call him Brother Voodoo.
He was originally supposed to be called Dr. Voodoo, but Stan Lee overrid that because it was the 70s, and they thought Brother Voodoo would resonate more because of blaxploitation era going on at that time.
I find Dr. Voodoo is too similar to Doctor Strange, so I choose Brother Voodoo.
He's an actual doctor, though. It made sense.
Dr. Brother Voodoo.
Dr. Brother Voodoo. Dr. Brother Voodoo. All right. Well,
Jericho drums. Continue. Jericho drums from Haiti. Yes.
So yeah, they could have him introduce Shuri to the spiritual realm and have her commune with Bast, and then realize, oh wait, Wakanda has this resurrection altar. I can bring back my brother. Oh, and by the way, how the resurrection altar works is you literally take a live person as a sacrifice, come in and say, I'm going to give up my life so that I can bring back somebody else.
To Junior?
Huh? No, not to. That would be great,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's get rid of Toussaint. No, we don't want to sacrifice a child. Marvel's not going to do that. It's not going to allow that. But Damson Idris, random security guard guy in Wakanda, can say, "I'm going to sacrifice myself to bring."
And that explains the face change. Fuck, Paul.
Okay, look, as happy as you guys are, look, the walk-off home run that you just hit, it has to do with Haiti.
God damn it, Paul. That works.
Run that one more time. Run that one more time, Paul. Run that one more time.
Because the resurrection altar works by bringing in a person who sacrifices their life so that another person can come back. You have Damson Idris come in as some random Wakandan guy, maybe even a cousin. That, in fact, it has to be a relative, right? Because they have to take the heart-shaped herb. So a cousin of the royal family comes in, sacrifices their life, bring back T'Challa's essence into the body of Damson Idris, who's a part of the royal family, have him take the heart-shaped herb, you got your T'Challa back. No parallel universe, no freaking TJ who we all hope die. None of that.
Now I'm confused, Raymond. Is it gonna work or is it not gonna work? You just said up here earlier that there was no way that the fans would not riot over that if they brought back T'Challa. So does it work or does it not work?
Here's why it doesn't work for them. Their brains say that Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa are attached, and that's why they won't do that. They'd rather do a variant or other suggestions. That works for me. It won't work for them. They're too fixed, and on their ego is too fixed.
Yeah.
But this works because, again, you're still doing that convoluted mix-up of, oh, it's T'Challa, but not really, because it's not his body, right? It's a different person. So it gets you over that hurdle of accepting a different face in the character, because now you're at the same time accepting this is T'Challa inside of T'Challa. It's like he's inside him. He's like a Russian doll, you know?
Exactly.
Okay. I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm also happy with the blip happening and changing that in the editing of Wakanda Forever to fix it. They didn't do it. There's so many solutions. That's one of the many. Thank you, Paul.
We don't got to dig up his space body, floating in orbit. We don't got to do that. We can leave that there. That's where Chadwick is. God rest his soul. And then our new T'Challa is Damson Idris. I feel like that works out well for everyone.
Should the essence of T'Challa transfer into an actual character from comics, or can Damson just be an original character? Like someone else?
Some member of the royal family.
I don't think it'll matter at that point.
A royal family member are the ones that can take the heart-shaped herb. So just pick somebody from one of those 4 or 5 tribes.
Okay.
I like it.
You're welcome, Marvel.
That's it, bro. That's the feedback. That's the that's the report from Darius's source. Salute to Darius's source, the mystery man or woman. T'Challa, we should be happy. We not worry at all. We should be very pleased.
We should give
Darius
pleased.
I'm just cautiously treading these next, I guess, few months. I'm ready. I'm ready for some news. I'm ready. I need some more answers. I'm sick of the scoops. I'm sick of they've talked and they've done. I'm sick of okay. I need some. Where's Marvel? Let's talk to Marvel. That's what I want to hear from at this point.
My fear is that Marvel is going to double down on the TJ thing, and when they say recast, what they really meant is it in a strict sense of recasting an actor to play someone called Black Panther, but that someone will be an aged up version of TJ. That's my
not a recast at all.
It's a recast in the sense that the word recast means getting a new actor.
To recast to play the same character. That is a recast. You are casting a new character if that person is not playing the same person.
They're recasting the actor of Toussaint to an older actor.
There you go. Yes, that will be
That's my fear is what Marvel mean when this rumor about the recast is what they're
I don't want them to do that. That is my speculation as well. That's not. But if they do end up doing that, I have said it many times, and I'm going to continue to say it. They will be putting the final nails in the coffin of this franchise.
I agree.
Within the MCU. Within the MCU.
without a doubt. They hot potato it one more time, outside of what they've done in other mediums, right? Like that stuff can be hidden if you replace them on live on screen. But if they compound all of that, the video games, the TV shows, the comics, because we still don't have an ongoing, as I know.
Part
right?
again, Marcus.
I'm just saying, it will be the final nail. They will bury it.
The comics are all I care about, man. At the end of the day, that's all I care about. And the comics are promotional material for the MCU. If they make it happen at MCU, it will happen in the comics eventually, in some manner, some way, shape, form. That's why when they said, hey, we're not going to recast T'Challa, all of a sudden we get a writer who says, you know what, let me drag T'Challa through hell and let's put this dude on the shelf. And he doesn't have a book right now.
Yep.
You had an art and writer team which did a 3-issue Blood Hunt Black Panther series, which everyone freaking loved and was critically acclaimed, and it's sold. Why don't you continue them on with an ongoing book? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
They're sidelining the character.
The man joining us today is the guy who is behind one of the guys behind Black Comic Lords. It's a unit. Go subscribe to the Black Comic Lords, 4,000 subscribers. Make sure that reaches 5 lickety split.
We're working on it.
Yes.
Hey, appreciate all you guys, man. I love watching you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Take that.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. I do hope that he does come back. That is something we obviously all want. So it's just time. Right now it's just a waiting game. I need to. It's a waiting game. It's crazy.
We shall see. Kevin Feige, you have 3 fortnights to respond.
Yeah, like they said, they are listening. And I'm not saying that people are watching our stream, but if somebody is watching this in a replay or it gets clipped or something like that, Marvel Studios, you don't recast T'Challa. You are effectively putting the final nails in this coffin. You are going to be losing billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. I know maybe I'm speaking y'all's language now. Maybe I don't need to be talking about civil rights and all that and the movement and you're going to be losing billions of dollars.
Y'all lose a bunch of money.
A bunch of money. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No T'Challa, no dollar.
No dollar.
They know this already. They saw the numbers from Wakanda Forever.
We keep saying that, but it's like they can't read, you know? It's like they can't read.
We got to put it in a song. Thank God T'Challa rhymes with dollar.
You got to put it in your phone.
Every time I see a post on Twitter, I'm going to start saying underneath, no T'Challa, no dollar.
No T'Challa, no dollar.
That's the new
You
word now.
You gotta have what's his name? Maybe we can reach the Todd. What's his name? Todd Travis, the dude that came up with the songs. We're living in a hostile government takeover.
Only you know that song.
No, come on, it's all over. I want anyway. Reach him. Come on, you don't know that song? Oh God. Okay. Anyway, look it up. Great song. Have him. He writes songs all the time.
Man.
You need a recast T'Challa jingle?
A recast T'Challa jingle. That's not, I know.
Snyder Cut would never.
A recast T'Challa jingle.
I could
get the little EDM behind it.
Thinking, the son is not the dad. That you know what? That could be used and applied for religious usages, and I'm not going to try that. I got to pick the words.
Yes, we do have one, but I'm talking about one like the dude did on TikTok. You want positivity? There's the positivity.
Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. I remember that. Yeah. Shout out the dude. Shout out to Chief Wakil. I haven't seen him in anybody's chat in a long time.
And he's Nigerian, right? And we don't care about the diaspora wars here. Nigeria, it's all good.
Yes.
Remember what Quincy came in here with? Like, oh, when the Nigerians taking over, that's going to be the narrative. No one cares. I watched Screwface John for this Nigerian American giving his take on hip hop. Nigeria is all love. You don't got to be from there.
I think he was presenting a different point of view, but again, I
know. I do know. I don't. If it sounded like I was attacking Quincy, that's not what I meant. I just meant I'm attacking the online BS that Quincy was reporting on. That's what I'm attacking.
I'm like Issa Rae. I root for everybody black.
Right.
Aruba, Jamaica, Bermuda, Bahama, anyone.
No.
Indeed. Black Common Lords, we do appreciate you coming on here and speaking with us this evening.
Hey, invite me anytime, Chillmonger. Looking at you, dude.
You're not in my Static Shock video?
When's that? When are you dropping that anyway?
I gotta edit it, but we're definitely covering this comic book. Marcus is part of it too. Both of you guys are gonna enjoy it sometime next week.
Sometime next week. All right. I'll be on the lookout for it.
God willing.
I'm a terrible actor.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Come on, that's what you'll say. Oh no, you did great. You did fine. But he's like, yeah, you were bad. I had to do like 6 takes to say 3 words.
I'll save you in the edit.
I appreciate that.
We out, Josh?
Cue to Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it. All right, dog.